जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है।
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं।
So these are the three categories: student, idiot, and andhbhakt who follows the idiot. Now,
प्रश्न है कि खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ। खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बना। प्रश्न ये कि खंड 1 अधिनियम सूत्र और विधेयक का पूरा नाम विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ।
जिन लोगों ने विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ किया, वे जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं। हमने फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट बना दिया।
अध्यक्ष जी,
All right, viewers, coming up next, upon being arrested, Udhayanidhi Stalin terms the action against him a joke, says will deal with it through legal means.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जल जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH। I wake up wearing someone else again. Don't let it slip. I'm losing control. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Underneath, there's a
finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
we're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized, but you know, we got to smack them a little bit.
The United States has launched airstrikes on Iran hours after President Donald Trump warned Tehran of a strong military response. The strikes mark the first major American attack since Trump paused the bombing campaign last week. Trump had earlier vowed to hit Iran very hard after an Iranian missile attack on an American base in Jordan. Within hours, US forces launched retaliatory strikes, escalating tensions across the Middle East.
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized, but you know, we got to smack them a little bit. Yeah, I think more so that, because it was another smaller event. But no, they sent 8,000-mile-an-hour missiles at us, and fortunately we had our people operating the greatest equipment in the world, namely the Patriot system. Think of it, 5 missiles going 8,600 miles an hour, big ones, coming right at us, and all 5 were shot down. How about that, right? Pretty good. Only nobody else could do that but us, yeah.
US forces began launching strikes against Iran at 8 p.m. ET.
All right, viewers, coming up next, Udhayanidhi Stalin arrested by Thanjavur police after derogatory remarks against actress Trisha.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
I wake up wearing someone else again. Don't let it slip. I'm losing control. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Underneath there's a
Finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो।
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
मसाला
अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
आपको समझ ना आए तो आप घर जाके गूगल पे आप सर्च कर लेना ये क्या नारा है। वो नारा देते थे वास्ते गुने हुइयां, और वो नारा देते थे इतने प्यार से, इतनी खूबसूरत तरीके से इस्तीफा मांगते थे। कहते थे जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है।
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं।
So these are the 3 categories: student, idiot, and unborn.
Coming up next, Jharkhand students announce assembly gherav on August 10. Say protests will continue until all demands over alleged exam irregularities are met.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
रानी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized. But, you know, we got to smack them a little bit.
The United States has launched airstrikes on Iran hours after President Donald Trump warned Tehran of a strong military response. The strikes mark the first major American attack since Trump paused the bombing campaign last week. Trump had earlier vowed to hit Iran very hard after an Iranian missile attack on an American base in Jordan. Within hours, US forces launched retaliatory strikes, escalating tensions across the Middle East.
We can hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized, but, you know, we got to smack them a little bit. Yeah, I think more so that, yeah, because it was another smaller event. But no, they sent 8,000-mile-an-hour missiles at us, and fortunately we had our people operating the greatest equipment in the world, namely the Patriot system. Think of it, 5 missiles going 8,600 miles an hour, big ones, coming right at us, and all 5 were shot down. How about that, right? Pretty good. Only we, nobody else could do that but us, yeah.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. This is Shivam Dutt Mehta, and the top focus story today is the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin, that is the junior Stalin, after his derogatory remarks against women, against Trisha, and now he has been arrested. And there are even protests happening, which are being done by TVK, and also counter-protests by the DMK. We'll get you all the details on this story and a lot more. But first up, let's have a look at the top headlines.
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Chennai police have now arrested Udhayanidhi Stalin over insults against Trisha. Udhayanidhi defends his insults against Trisha, calls action against him a joke. DMK LOP Udhayanidhi arrested by Thanjavur police, applies for a bail in Madurai court.
जब से सदन आरंभ हुआ है, क्वेश्चन आवर पार्लियामेंट में हो नहीं रहा है। 0 आवर के लिए पार्लियामेंट में बाधाएं उत्पन्न की जा रही है। लगभग किसी बिल पे चर्चा नहीं हो रही।
BJP hits back at opposition, states the opposition is not discussing any issue and is only trying to block the parliament from functioning. Pakistani forces continue firing at unarmed protesters in POK. Fresh visuals emerge from Muzaffarabad of Pak forces setting motorcycles on fire. All right, viewers, we're getting a big breaking news development. Let's go across to that. BJP MP and Chairperson, Parliamentary Standing Committee on Communication and Information Technology, Nishikant Dubey, has criticized Meta India for removing the social media post of the Prime Minister. He stated that this is not the first time Meta India has done this. Nishikant Dubey also recalled Zuckerberg's statement in January regarding the 2024 elections and later apologized. He added that this shows that his intention is to destabilize the country. So this is serious allegation against Meta by the government. And he said, Nishikant said that our committee has said 2 things and has clearly stated that the apology should come from Zuckerberg. If Zuckerberg does not give it, then the safe harbor protection under Section 79 should be withdrawn from him. CSAM, child sexual abuse material, is another issue. YouTube also has that content. Meta also has that content. And they do not remove content related to child abuse. They do not remove content related to women. Both these rules of Government of India are very strict. And on top of that, they do not listen to the Home Ministry. Let's listen in to the statement of Nishikant Dubey.
तो ये बड़ी सीरियस बात है। हमारी कमेटी ने दो चीजें कही हैं, स्पष्ट तौर पर कही हैं कि ये माफीनामा जो वो माफी मांग रहे हैं, ये माफीनामा जकरबर्ग की तरफ से आना चाहिए, और ये जकरबर्ग नहीं देते हैं तो जो सेफ हार्बर का जो प्रोटेक्शन है उनको सेक्शन 79 में, वो सेफ हार्बर का प्रोटेक्शन उनसे वापस ले लेना चाहिए। 3-4 चीजों, एक तो चाइल्ड सेक्सुअल एब्यूज का जो CSAM जो है, उसमें यूट्यूब के पास भी वो कंटेंट रहता है, मेटा के पास भी वो कंटेंट रहता है, और चाइल्ड एब्यूज के कंटेंट को नहीं उतारते। महिलाओं के कंटेंट का वो उतारते नहीं है। भारत सरकार के ये दोनों नियम बड़े सख्त हैं, और उसके ऊपर ये होम मिनिस्ट्री की भी बात नहीं मानते हैं, IT मिनिस्ट्री की भी बात नहीं मानते हैं सभी। तो हमने कहा है कि इन सारे चीजों में, और कई एक चीजों में आपको पता है कि तेलंगाना की जो कांग्रेस सरकार है, वहां के चीफ मिनिस्टर ने मेटा इंडिया के ऊपर जो है FIR किया है, चीजें किया है। हमने कहा है कि इन सबों से सेफ हार्बर खत्म कर लीजिए। और एक और पॉलिसी चेंज करने की बात है कि ये पब्लिशर हैं कि इंटरमीडियरी है, क्योंकि जब इनके ऊपर अधिकार है, ये अपने अधिकार से किसी भी कंटेंट को बढ़ा सकते हैं, घटा सकते हैं, उतार सकते हैं, छोटा कर सकते हैं, बड़ा कर सकते हैं, कम्युनिटी नोट डाल देंगे जिसमें गाली गलौज आ जाएगा। और इनकी जो पॉलिसी है कि एब्यूजिव लैंग्वेज नहीं होना चाहिए, हरासमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए, जो पॉलिसी है उस पॉलिसी को नहीं मानते हैं। इन सारी चीजों से सेफ हार्बर हटाने की बात करनी चाहिए।
We are getting a big breaking news development, which is about the high voltage drama which is unfolding across Chennai as the Tamil Nadu police has arrested the leader of the opposition DMK leader Udhayanidhi Stalin, Junior Stalin. Arrest occurred shortly after an FIR. All right, let's go across to Sharda for all the latest updates in the story. Sharda, there is chaos, there is ruckus, and there is clash that's happening.
Well, Shivam, as you can see, protests have erupted all over the state of Tamil Nadu. From morning, we've been seeing multiple protests happening in the state. Clashes broke out after Udhayanidhi Stalin was arrested by the state police today. As you can see here right now, we are outside the Madras High Court where the bail plea for Udhayanidhi Stalin is being rightly heard now. And it is at this moment that the protests have started outside the Madras High Court where the supporters of the DMK are doing a sit-in protest on the main road, blocking all the traffic, saying that they should not be arresting Udhayanidhi Stalin. Everybody here has been condemning the state police and the TVK for the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin. So it is not one massive protest, but multiple infringements coming from different parts of the party. Multiple functionaries have come out to protest, denying that the arrest cannot be made. While the DMK continues to claim that there is no derogatory remark made, it was very clear in Udhayanidhi Stalin's speech as to what he mentioned, saying constantly that the water will be given to Trisha's house, even if not for the Cauvery, talking about the personal relationship that has been talked about for a very long time. DMK is not making this for the first time. This statement is at least should be the 6th or 7th time that the DMK has made after Chief Minister Vijay has come to power. Now these protesters constantly been condemning the TVK and the police and saying that they cannot be arresting the DMK leaders. In a short while now, we will have the High Court listening to the bail plea where Udhayanidhi Stalin's arrest will be heard, and we will know whether he'll be given the anticipatory bail or whether he'll be arrested and be taken to Thanjavur.
Yeah. So they're defending because it's their leader, but also the kind of protest which is happening. The TVK is also protesting, and their argument is clear, and there's also visual evidence.
Well, yes, the protest is happening in both ways. Whereas the DMK is protesting on a side, denying the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin, whereas the TVK is protesting, saying that the arrest should be made. We also saw in some parts of the state where after the arrest, TVK members enjoyed and celebrated the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin by sharing sweets. The situation in the state, in the law and order, is worsening little by little after arrest of the leader of opposition. while Madras High Court had stated that before 12 o'clock arrest should not be made and the anticipatory bail will be heard. Meanwhile, Thanjavur had already filed FIR in 9 cases, and that's the reason Udhayanidhi Stalin was immediately taken to Thanjavur by road after his arrest. So now anticipatory bail is set to be heard in both the Madras High Court and the Madurai High Court bench over his arrest. And as you can see, police are continuously arresting multiple people who are protesting on the road over the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin. So the condemnation is not just against the TVK government, but also the police who have arrested Udhayanidhi Stalin. The DMK functionaries are questioning as to what was wrong in Udhayanidhi's speech that he said, and that's what the DMK functionaries are fighting here for, Shivam.
All right, we have, Sharda, we have 2 visuals, one from Thanjavur, where the protests are happening. Where also TVK cadre is also protesting, TVK supporters are also protesting, and one visual is outside Madras High Court. And if you can give us an update on the hearing, on the anticipatory bail plea, which was scheduled to happen, Sharda.
Well, yes, Shivam, in Thanjavur there was both DMK and the TVK. A clash erupted between both the parties at the time, where both of them protesting. Both have said now the demands from the DMK is that the TVK has become a fascist in nature, saying that any criticism against the chief minister, that there is arrest being placed, including the leader of opposition. If you remember, this is the 5th arrest of the DMK. Earlier, it was DMK MLA Markandeyan who was arrested. There was also former Minister Anita Radhakrishnan who was arrested for making a derogatory remark against the Chief Minister Vijay. Now, it's the leader of opposition Udhayanidhi Stalin. At this point, we can see continuously that the DMK leaders have been arrested, and DMK, not just the DMK, even other political party leaders, including the PMK leader Anbumani Ramdas and Premalata Vijaykanth, the DMDK leader, has pointed out, telling that Vijay's government is not allowing any criticisms to take place, and that anybody who criticizes the chief minister is immediately jailed or facing a case against or in the prison at least for 15 days, and that the High Court should also requested the High Court to look into what the actions that the state police has been taking very rigorously.
Yes, Sharda, also the kind of statement that came from Ramadas, where he said that the statement he was against the statement, he was also against the arrest also. So he says that the statement is wrong and also the arrest is wrong. So that is also not taking, that means he's not taking any stand, neither on the left, neither on the right.
Well, as you said, no political party has outrightly supported the arrest, have outrightly did not say, because they agree that the statements made by the DMK is demeaning against women, but they are not agreeing that the arrest is right. If not just one particular political party leader, whereas it is only the fight between DMK and the TVK that's happening openly outside, but whereas when it comes to other political party leaders, they know that the DMK has made a demeaning statement against women, but don't agree for it outrightly open. What we have to notice here is these are the parties that are in alliance with the DMK or the AIDMK, which are the oppositions of the TVK. So we can also see it's not just a comment made by the leader of opposition, but it's also a political blame game that's put into place between all the political parties that are in Tamil Nadu. Tomorrow being the finance budget announcement of the TVK, is going to be the first budget that the TVK government is putting out. DMK is claiming that, well, the leader of opposition will bring out a lot of important topics in the parliament that includes the Cauvery water management issue and the dispute over the Karnataka not giving water to Tamil Nadu. The fight continues over leading apart from the Cauvery water dispute. It's now taking very much a personal dig at the personal life of the chief minister as well.
Well, so we can see a lot of female protesters, women protesters who are protesting, and we can see them on the frame. They are being taken away by the police, and there's sit-in protest also happening outside Madras High Court.
Well, Shivam, these are the functionaries of the DMK, as you can see right now. They are doing a sit-in protest right outside the Madras High Court, saying that they need judgment for the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin. The women protests are part of the women wing of the DMK, who are supporting Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement. And now the question comes whether these protesters will be arrested very soon by the police. As you can see, already 2 vans have been already filled by the people. The police are arresting them immediately, and as you can see, an entire van of people that consist only of women protesters are being taken away. And now the bail plea is underway in the hearing at the Madras High Court. If it is only whether anticipatory bail is given to Udhayanidhi Stalin, will the law and order situation in the state of Tamil Nadu will go down? Otherwise, the protest will continue, whereas the DMK is yet to organize an official protest yet. These are just functionaries coming out on their own to support the DMK's leader who has been arrested today morning.
All right, yeah, we'll have to wait for all the updates on that because we have these visuals on the screen. Sharda, stay with us. We have 3 visuals. At the moment Udhayanidhi was arrested, and the second visuals, there was a clash, and you can see tires being set on fire, tires being set ablaze, and outside Madras High Court where there are live protests happening right now. And also, Sharda, the way Udhayanidhi was defending his statement, and the time he was arrested, as you can see, we are playing the video also, he was smiling, he was laughing the same way when he was making the statement, as if no big deal happened, nothing big happened. He kept smiling, kept laughing even after the arrest.
Well, it shows that the DMK continues to be fearless among the statements that they have made. It's not just Udhayanidhi Stalin who has been happy about his arrest, but other DMK leaders also have been condemning the arrest. Well, we saw Kanimuri saying that it is against the constitution for an arrest to be made. Multiple DMK leaders said that this arrest is not acceptable. We also saw that the DMK defending Udhayanidhi Stalin, saying that the statement was not anything made public, no outright comments were made by Udhayanidhi personally, and that it was the functionaries who made the comments, and that he did not make the comment, he just reacted to it with a smile, is what the defense that the DMK has been putting up on. Now we also see that the DMK leader who was arrested, the Udhayanidhi Stalin was arrested, came out speaking to the media right after his arrest, happily saying that he never made a wrong statement, and that he spoke about what is already on the media, and that it was nothing wrong in the statement that he made. He also said that this is a fake propaganda put against him, that he spoke it. If you see the TVK minister Adev Arjuna last night took to Twitter to point out, telling that the DMK leader's statement is similar to a pornographic statement. He quoted telling that DMK has stooped to a level low as much as speaking porn on social media to bring the TVK down, and that instead of talking about the Cauvery water issue, he started to target the personal life of the chief minister. And right here, as you see on our screens, the DMK protesters are denying the arrest. They are not accepting to be taken. They are not accepting to be detained by the police. And while the protest continues to be small all over the state of Tamil Nadu, police are trying to keep the law and order situation inside control.
Yes, we are getting the live visuals of the protests which are happening. And there was a clash in Thanjavur, and the DMK is still protesting. And Sharda continues to be with us from outside Madras High Court. And DMK has protested, and they're protesting. They're doing a sit-in protest. And these are functionaries and the party functionaries who are protesting right now as we speak. And also the kind of statements that have come by the DMK, and especially by MK Stalin. There was no response, Sharda, when the media, when the press asked a question and they approached him, he did not respond. He just went ahead.
Well, in a short while, it's expected that the DMK leader MK Stalin will make a statement on the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin. Now, as we see, the Madras High Court is listening to the anticipatory bail that the DMK asked for an urgent hearing. So likely it is only after that will Udhayanidhi Stalin's father and the DMK leader, Mr. MK Stalin, is set to address the media on the arrest, whether it's going to be a simple condemnation or whether it's DMK going to go against the TVK with having the assembly tomorrow. Multiple situations are being expected in the state of Tamil Nadu, because a leader of opposition being arrested is not a very simple thing, because in the past we've seen the DMK taking action against the ADMK in the past, but nobody has been arrested, especially only in Jayalalitha's. If you remember, in Jayalalitha's time, M. Karunadi in 2001 was arrested overnight. A similar situation has arisen today, so it's basically history repeating itself. So we can see the Tamil Nadu politics as once again taken a tide after becoming TVK Vijay taken over the as the chief minister, and now we have to expect whether the political situation in Tamil Nadu, how is going to be rising up.
Yeah, also, never has been such a below the belt comment also that has been made by any political leader, the way Udhayanidhi Stalin has behaved recently. And all right, so the matter was listed and the hearing is on as we get to know, and the protests are also happening. But also, Sharda, we got to know that the DMK leaders were protesting in the parliament also. There was ruckus in the Rajya Sabha too.
Very true. As you mentioned, this is not the first time that the DMK has made below the belt remarks. We've seen in the past multiple times DMK leader Udhayanidhi Stalin himself has made this comment. He said, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy falls at the feet of Sashikela, lives inside her feet, is what Udhayanidhi Stalin has mentioned in the past against Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. And Edappadi Palaniswamy at the time demanded a public apology, and whereas Udhayanidhi Stalin said that he never meant anything disrespectful. So this below the belt remark is nothing new for the DMK. Even in the past, multiple leaders like Ponmudi, Durai Murugan have always made demeaning comments against the women, and it has always been them in the ruling party, so they were never been arrested. So now, for the first time, for making remarks against women is now the political party leaders in the DMK are being arrested, and the question remains as to whether further actions will be taken against the DMK party itself on this, because as you mentioned, the protests not just in Tamil Nadu, everywhere, not just outside the party headquarters, even in the parliamentary, the DMK made a protest after the LOP was arrested. We saw the MPs saying that this arrest was not mandatory and that it could have been a basic inquiry, and suggestions that it was fine and it could have been solved with that. But now it continues to go big, and with these protests happening much, we also know that the current situation in the state is not being brought under situation by the police. But if these protests continue to erupt all over the state, there are multiple law and order situations that the state government will have to imply as well, which might bring in a lot of commotion as well, because the DMK seems to be a stronger political party which has been in the state for the last 50 years, and a leader of opposition being arrested right before the budget session brings in a lot of demands as well, because tomorrow in the parliament, apart from the TVK, every other political party which has been condemning TVK over this will question this as well. So the law and order situation again in Tamil Nadu will be brought as a question for the TVK.
All right, Shraddha, thanks a lot for all the updates, and these are the visuals that we are getting from the DMK protest at outside Madras High Court, and they're doing a sit-in protest, and TVK DMK have clashed in Thanjavur, and these are the visuals. The first visual is of the arrest. Now it's time to slip into a short commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, but don't go anywhere, because we'll continue our coverage on the arrest, because now DMK is protesting at Madras High Court against the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट अब बताओ स्वाद आया
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात
अगर अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
आपको समझ ना आए तो आप घर जाके गूगल पे आप सर्च कर लेना ये क्या नारा है। वो नारा देते थे वास्ते गुने हुइयां, और वो नारा देते थे इतने प्यार से, इतनी खूबसूरत तरीके से इस्तीफा मांगते थे। कहते थे जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है।
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं।
So these are the three categories: student, idiot, and andhbhakt who follows the idiot. Now,
प्रश्न है कि खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ। खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बना। प्रश्न ये कि खंड 1 अधिनियम सूत्र और विधेयक का पूरा नाम विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ।
जिन लोगों ने विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ किया, वे जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं।
A very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. This is Shivam Dutt Mehta, and let's go across to a top story, a top development that we are tracking. This is about the paper leaks in Jharkhand and the protests which are ongoing, where students are yet protesting against the paper leaks and demanding answers, and even going on to hunger strikes. Now, Republic has confronted Manish Sisodia on the Jharkhand exam irregularities because the opposition is silent. Opposition chooses silence when it comes to paper leaks in the opposition ruled states. Let's listen into the confrontation because Republic confronted Aam Aadmi Party's Manish Sisodia.
क्या आप झारखंड और पंजाब के बच्चों के लिए भी आवाज उठाएंगे? वहां पर भी बच्चे प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं सर, पेपर लीक का मामला।
आप लोग, आपका कौन सा चैनल है?
सर रिपब्लिक टीवी से हूं मैं। हम सवाल
एथेनॉल के खिलाफ आवाज उठाएगा
सर, हम आवाज उठाएंगे सर। हम आप यहाँ पे
अगर आप एथेनॉल पे आधा घंटे का प्रोग्राम करोगे और हरियाणा पेपर लीक राजस्थान,
ये कैसी शर्त है सर? ये कैसी कि हम अगर प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब आप झारखंड के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे?
मतलब आप आवाज नहीं उठाओगे?
हम आवाज उठाएंगे, पर क्या झारखंड के बच्चे, पंजाब के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के बच्चे नहीं है?
तो आप मिलना चाहते हो केवल झारखंड के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के, हरियाणा के भी, बीजेपी की सब लिए
हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए क्या आप आवाज उठाएंगे?
क्या नाम नहीं ले रही है?
हर जगह के बच्चे, देश के बच्चे,
के बच्चे,
देश के बच्चे,
आम आदमी के बच्चे
हर प्रदेश के बच्चे।
तो आपका सवाल केवल झारखंड क्यों है? राजस्थान जो जिन है वो बीजेपी की सरकार।
झारखंड, पंजाब, राजस्थान, हरियाणा
में कोई पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ, झूठ बोल रहा हूँ।
फातिमा अलीवाल जी ने राज्यसभा
दीफा हुआ, सरकार चलाती है।
उन्होंने पार्लियामेंट में आके मुद्दा उठाया है।
आपको पता है पंजाब में पेपर लीक हुआ?
आप सर राज्यसभा में मामला उठाए,
आप तो चैनल हो,
में मामला उठाए। सर सीधा सा सवाल है कि आम आदमी पार्टी, अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया देश के हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे?
All right, viewers, time to slip into a short commercial break. But coming up next, upon being arrested, Udhayanidhi Stalin terms the action against him as a joke, says we'll deal with it through legal means.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, every day.
I wake up wearing someone else again. Don't let it slip. I'm losing control. I don't wanna be safe anymore. Underneath, there's a
Finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized. But, you know, we got to smack them a little bit.
The United States has launched airstrikes on Iran hours after President Donald Trump warned Tehran of a strong military response. The strikes mark the first major American attack since Trump paused the bombing campaign last week. Trump had earlier vowed to hit Iran very hard after an Iranian missile attack on an American base in Jordan. Within hours, US forces launched retaliatory strikes, escalating tensions across the Middle East.
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized. But, you know, we got to smack them a little bit. Yeah, I think more so that, yeah, because it was another smaller event. But no, they sent 8,000 mile-an-hour missiles at us. And fortunately, we had our people operating the greatest equipment in the world, namely the Patriot system. Think of it, 5 missiles going 8,600 miles an hour, big ones, coming right at us.
Brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Chennai police have arrested Udhayanidhi Stalin Jr. over insults against Trisha. Udhayanidhi defends his insults against Trisha, calls action against him a joke. DMK LOP Udhayanidhi arrested by Thanjavur police, applies for a bail in Madurai court. Protests erupted across Tamil Nadu over Udhayanidhi's arrest. DMK TVK workers clash in Thanjavur while DMK stages massive protest outside Madras High Court. BJP hits back at opposition, states the opposition is not discussing any issue and is only trying to block the parliament from functioning. Pakistani forces continue firing at unarmed protesters in POJK. Fresh visuals emerge from Muzaffarabad of Pak forces setting motorcycles on fire. All right, viewers, let's begin this bulletin with a big breaking news development because we are tracking the story of where Udhayanidhi Stalin has been arrested for his derogatory remarks. We are getting to know that the Madras High Court in this regard has not listened to the urgent hearing plea, does not listen to the hearing plea, says that all proof should be submitted to hear the anticipatory bail plea against Udhayanidhi, adjourn the case for 2:30 p.m. So they have said that we'll hear the bail plea only after all proof is submitted. Only after we have the proof, then only we'll listen to the plea, that is the bail plea, anticipatory bail plea, and High Court adjourns the case for 2:30 p.m. So all right, so there's no relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin, yeah, but he's getting more time that till 2:30 he'll have to bring in all the evidence that he has all the evidence that he has to prove that he did not say exactly, he did not mean what the allegations are. Now let's go across to Sharda because Sharda is tracking all the developments. She's outside the High Court. Sharda, we're getting to know that the High Court has adjourned the matter because there were no sufficient proofs available. Did they not go prepared when they approached the High Court, Sharda?
Well, very much because this arrest was sudden today because the TVK did not make any announcement, did not give any indication to arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin. In less than 10 to 20 minutes, the police surrounded Udhayanidhi Stalin's residence today morning, and only then did the party's advocate file a petition for an urgent hearing at the Madras High Court, and that was also to seeking restraint of the police from arresting the leader of opposition. In that case, senior advocate Mohammed Jinnah had submitted a letter to the Madras High Court saying that the speaker and being a member of Legislative Assembly, there should be a permission from the chairperson as well on this arrest. However, the Madras High Court earlier immediately said that no arrest should be made before 12 p.m. But meanwhile, Thanjavur police had already filed an FIR with under 6 sections against Udhayanidhi Stalin. The arrest was made immediately and he was taken to Thanjavur. He's by road being taken to Thanjavur for further inquiry and investigation. This now comes as a big question as well because while Udhayanidhi Stalin was arrested, the TVK members had pointed out telling that the functionaries will do a stage of protest all over the state of Tamil Nadu if the arrest is not made. So now the Madras High Court has pointed out telling that it was only an urgent hearing plea asking for a bail petition, an anticipatory bail, but there was no proofs as to what exactly happened. So the court has now asked for the proofs to be submitted by the DMK lawyer as to what happened in Thanjavur yesterday, and also the complaints filed by the TVK functionaries in Thanjavur, copies of the FIR copy that the police had filed against Udhayanidhi, and only then will they be hearing to this urgent plea. So now we can take this as no anticipatory bail given to Udhayanidhi Stalin, no bail plea given to Udhayanidhi Stalin, and that it continues to be that the leader of opposition has been detained by the state police and has been taken to Thanjavur for further inquiry and investigation in this case.
All right, thanks a lot for all the updates. We are going to another big breaking news development from the story of TVK DMK. Let's go across to another breaking news that we are getting. And this is from Air India. Air India now confirms that the flight AI2379 operating from Phuket to Delhi on 4th August experienced a brief in-flight turbulence-related event during cruise, resulting in a momentary change in altitude. So there was an altitude difference which happened. The aircraft landed safely in Delhi and all passengers and crew have safely disembarked, and there have been no serious injuries as of now, and a small number of passengers and crew members with minor injuries requiring medical assessment have been taken to a medical facility at the airport for precautionary examination and care by Air India's airport team and medical personnel. The safety and well-being of our passengers and crew remain Air India's highest priority. So this is the statement by Air India, but this is the mid-air scare on Air India flight from Phuket to Delhi, and many have been injured in this flight. Many passengers have been injured, and the crew has also suffered injuries because of the turbulence also, and the kind of situation, turbulence-related event during cruise. So the plane was cruising, and during that time, this happened, the mid-air scare on Air India flight from Phuket to Delhi, and these are, we'll also show you the visuals, exclusive visuals that we have for you, and where a small number of passengers and crew members with minor injuries requiring medical assistance have been taken to a medical facility at the airport for precautionary examination and care by Air India's airport team and medical personnel. Safety and well-being of passengers and crew remain Air India's highest priority. That's the statement of Air India. And they say that they are providing all necessary support to those affected and are cooperating fully with the relevant authorities as part of the investigation. So we'll get you the inside visuals also in a short while, but this is a breaking news development, and there has been some damage inside the aircraft also, inside the cabin also, which is visible. We'll show you the visuals in a short while, where the panel has suffered some damage also inside many locations. You can see broken parts inside the aircraft also, and we have the latest visuals also. And the turbulence, it was such huge turbulence, such massive turbulence that many got injured. And the kind of visuals which are coming from inside the aircraft, it highlights the kind of situation that it might have been inside the flight, the mid-air scare that would have been inside the flight. The visuals show the damage which has been done inside the aircraft also. And this is the latest visual of the medical team treating those who have been injured here. The flight, though it landed safely in Delhi after turbulence, but the inside visuals they speak a different story. They reveal the kind of situation which was inside the aircraft, where there's damage to the place where you keep your luggage, and also there is a damage to other parts, to the panel, the light panel and everything there. The damage has been done to the aircraft inside also, so there must have been huge turbulence. All right, now Republic confronts Manish Sisodia. Now let's go on to this breaking news development. Republic has confronted Aam Aadmi Party over the JPSC power, the paper leak matter. And now Republic confronts AAP's Manish Sisodia. The question was why opposition is silent when it comes to the paper leaks in opposition states.
आपका कौन सा चैनल है? रिपब्लिक टीवी से हूँ मैं। हम सवाल एथेनॉल के खिलाफ आवाज उठाएगा सर, हम आवाज उठाएंगे सर। हम आप यहाँ पे आप एथेनॉल पे आधा घंटे का प्रोग्राम करोगे और हरियाणा पेपर लीक राजस्थान, ये कैसी शर्त है सर? ये कैसी कि हम अगर प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब आप झारखंड के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे? आप आवाज नहीं उठाओगे? हम आवाज उठाएंगे, पर क्या झारखंड के बच्चे, पंजाब के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के बच्चे नहीं है? तो आप मिलना चाहते हो केवल झारखंड के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के, हरियाणा के भी हैं, बीजेपी की सब, ये हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आप आवाज उठाएंगे? क्या नाम नहीं ले रही है? हर जगह के बच्चे, देश के बच्चे, राज्य के बच्चे, देश के बच्चे, आम आदमी के बच्चे हर प्रदेश के बच्चे ना हो। तो आपका सवाल केवल झारखंड क्यों है? राजस्थान जो जिन है वो बीजेपी की सरकार। झारखंड, पंजाब, राजस्थान, हरियाणा में कोई पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ, झूठ बोल रहा हूँ। फातिमा अलीवाल जी ने राज्यसभा दीपा हुआ सरकार चलाती है, उन्होंने पार्लियामेंट में आके मुद्दा उठाया है। आपको पता है पंजाब में पेपर लीक हुआ? आप सर राज्यसभा में मामला उठाए, आप तो चैनल हो में मामला उठाए। सर सीधा सा सवाल है कि आम आदमी पार्टी, अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया देश के हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे? राजस्थान में भी जाएंगे, गुजरात में भी जाएंगे, जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी ने करवाया। आपने एक भी बात नहीं कहा। झारखंड में भी जाएंगे, हर जगह जाएंगे जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी और उनके दलाल और बीजेपी जैसे लोग मिलके पेपर लीक करा रहे हैं। हर जगह झारखंड में बीजेपी की, लेकिन आपको भी बताएंगे कि आप केवल झारखंड ही पूछ पाओगे, हरियाणा, गुजरात का हमने नीट सर, हमने सारे मामले का सर, हमने नीट पेपर लीक भी कर दिया। क्या आप झारखंड और पंजाब के बच्चों के लिए भी आवाज उठाएंगे? वहाँ पर भी बच्चे प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं सर, पेपर लीक का मामला। आप लोग, आपका कौन सा चैनल है? सर रिपब्लिक टीवी से हूँ मैं। हम सवाल एथेनॉल के खिलाफ आवाज उठाएगा सर, हम आवाज उठाएंगे सर। हम आप यहाँ पे आप एथेनॉल पे आधा घंटे का प्रोग्राम करोगे और हरियाणा पेपर लीक राजस्थान, ये कैसी शर्त है सर? ये कैसी कि हम अगर प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब आप झारखंड के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे? आप आवाज नहीं उठाओगे? हम आवाज उठाएंगे, पर क्या झारखंड के बच्चे, पंजाब के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के बच्चे नहीं है? तो आप मिलना चाहते हो केवल झारखंड के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के, हरियाणा के भी हैं, जहाँ बीजेपी की सरकार, ये हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आप आवाज उठाएंगे? क्या नाम नहीं ले रही है? हर जगह के बच्चे, देश के बच्चे, राज्य के बच्चे, देश के बच्चे, आम आदमी के बच्चे हर प्रदेश के बच्चे ना हो। तो आपका सवाल केवल झारखंड क्यों है? राजस्थान जो जिन है वो बीजेपी की सरकार। झारखंड, पंजाब, राजस्थान, हरियाणा में कोई पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ, झूठ बोल रहा हूँ। फातिमा अलीवाल जी ने राज्यसभा दीपा हुआ सरकार चलाती है, उन्होंने पार्लियामेंट में आके मुद्दा उठाया है। आपको पता है पंजाब में पेपर लीक हुआ? आप सर राज्यसभा में मामला उठाए, आप तो चैनल हो में मामला उठाए। सर सीधा सा सवाल है कि आम आदमी पार्टी, अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया देश के हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे? राजस्थान में भी जाएंगे, गुजरात में भी जाएंगे, जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी ने करवाया। आपने एक भी बात नहीं कहा। झारखंड में भी जाएंगे, हर जगह जाएंगे जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी और उनके दलाल और बीजेपी जैसे लोग मिलके पेपर लीक करा रहे हैं। हर जगह झारखंड में बीजेपी की, लेकिन आपको भी बताएंगे कि आप केवल झारखंड ही पूछ पाओगे, हरियाणा, गुजरात का हमने नीट सर, हमने सारे मामले का सर, हमने नीट पेपर लीक भी कर दिया।
All right, so this is the Aam Aadmi Party leadership which got triggered by the question. The simple question was that will you protest and join the protest which are being held in Jharkhand, in Punjab? So he had no response and he was giving vague arguments, and then he asked that will you raise the other issues? All right, Harsh is live with us with the latest updates on the story, because Harsh is the person who confronted the Aam Aadmi Party leadership. Harsh, when you confronted Manish Sisodia, you asked a very simple question. You asked him whether they will be joining the protest against the Jharkhand exam paper leaks. Now, what kind of response did he give?
Right, Shivam, I had a very simple question with the entire Aam Aadmi Party and with Manish Sisodia himself. I asked him that whether the Aam Aadmi Party is planning to raise their support for the students who are protesting in Jharkhand. We asked this very simple question to Manish Sisodia, where he says that if Republic TV is willing to do a show on an issue, then only Aam Aadmi Party is willing to extend their support for the student protesters in Jharkhand. I simply asked them that why is it necessary for any channel to do a show for Aam Aadmi Party to raise their voice for students, because this is the same Aam Aadmi Party which was very critically vocal about the student rights when the NEET paper leak issue emerged in Delhi's Jantar Mantar. They were very critically vocal for the Cockroach Janata Party and their supporters. In fact, they went on to extend their support to all of these violent protesters on the streets of Delhi. And when we asked them that whether the Aam Aadmi Party and Manish Sisodia, including the party's convener Arvind Kejriwal, is ready, in fact, they're willing to extend their support to the protesters, to the innocent student protesters in Jharkhand, they don't have an answer to it. In fact, they rather shift the focus. They ask us that whether we are willing to raise these questions for other states as well. We clearly pointed out that Republic Media Network entirely has been raising these issues related to paper leaks, be it anywhere across the country. However, the Aam Aadmi Party was clearly looking away from the actual point that whether it will extend its support for the students who are in fact sitting at Jharkhand right now. They are expressing their concerns with the paper leak issues that have surfaced from Jharkhand, and this is exactly what we confronted Aam Aadmi Party for. We even had a word with Anurag Dhanda. We had a word with Manish Sisodia in this regard, who has also served as the Education Minister of Delhi. Prior to this, he has handled this portfolio for the government of Delhi, and now we have asked him this question. However, he was clearly seen evading from the actual questions, drifting the focus towards something else. Shivam.
Yeah, so he was clearly triggered by your question, because he knew that they are not doing the right thing when they are not supporting the protesters in Jharkhand or in Punjab, and especially they are ignoring wherever there is a government of the opposition party. Stay with us, Harsh. We have another confrontation, because Harsh also confronted Arvind Kejriwal. We're also getting that development. We also will go across to that confrontation. Harsh, you confronted Arvind Kejriwal also.
जी मैं देख रहा हूं कि पीएम आवास तक आप मार्च करना चाहते हैं और E20 का मुद्दा है, बड़ा मुद्दा है, लेकिन आपने क्या सोचा कि सड़क पर उतर रहे हैं आप लोग आज?
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ट्रंप के दबाव में अमेरिका से इथेनॉल खरीद रहे हैं। अमेरिका इथेनॉल प्रोड्यूस करने वाला सबसे बड़ा देश है, लेकिन उनको इथेनॉल इस्तेमाल करने के लिए उनके पास कोई साधन नहीं है। तो ट्रंप ने दबाव डाला है मोदी जी पे कि आप अमेरिका से इथेनॉल खरीदिए। अमेरिका के दबाव में अमेरिका का इथेनॉल खरीद के मोदी जी हमारे पे E20 थोप रहे हैं। हमारी मोदी जी से प्रार्थना है कि आप अमेरिका से इथेनॉल खरीदना बंद कीजिए, ट्रंप के दबाव में मत आइए और हमारे ऊपर E20 मत थोपिए।
कितनी पिटीशन हुई है टोटल, कितनी पिटीशन लेके आप लोग आए हैं?
2,33,238।
लेकिन एक आरोप ये भी लग रहा है कि सिलेक्टिव अप्रोच अपोजिशन अपना रहा है। झारखंड में प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है, आप लोग उसके अगेंस्ट में नहीं बोल रहे हैं?
नहीं, हम तो सबके खिलाफ बोलते हैं। तो झारखंड में अगर पेपर लीक हुआ, अगर हमारे यहाँ भी लीक होगा, उसको भी ठीक करेंगे हम।
बड़ी बात यहाँ पर अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं जो और अमेरिका के दबाव में E20 यहाँ पर लागू किया सरकार ने, बड़ी बात ये कही। साथ ही जो झारखंड में पेपर लीक का मामला है उस
All right, Harsh continues to be with us because this is the confrontation we did. The first confrontation was with Manish Sisodia and the other one was with Arvind Kejriwal, and the same response and the vague arguments that were being given. Harsh, in this case also, in the case of Manish Sisodia also, but in the case of Manish Sisodia, he seemed to be quite upset. He was angry, he was infuriated, he was triggered by your question, and he even held your shoulder as if he was going to do something.
Right, Shivam, that is exactly what I was pointing out. The Aam Aadmi Party entirely was trying to evade the questions when the questions were being asked, linked to the protests that have emerged in Jharkhand. Now, these are again innocent student protesters. They're just asking for their rights to ensure free and fair examinations. That is exactly what they're demanding for. No cases of violence have been reported from anywhere across Jharkhand, and these are the protesters who are in fact sitting in Ranchi. They are peacefully demanding support of all opposition parties. However, the support of any opposition party, including that of Aam Aadmi Party, is clearly missing from there. In fact, I would again remind our viewers that this is the same Aam Aadmi Party which was very critically vocal, extending its support to the entire Cockroach Janata Party. In fact, they're violent protesters that turned the streets of Delhi into something else. These were the violent protesters that the Aam Aadmi Party was supporting in Delhi's Jantar Mantar, linking it to the NEET paper leak. However, the same Aam Aadmi Party's leadership remains missing in Jharkhand, where these peaceful protesters are just demanding for free and fair examinations. Shivam.
All right, thanks a lot, Harsh, but he was quite infuriated, he was quite triggered, and it was clearly visible in the video. It was a confrontation of Manish Sisodia on the question of the Jharkhand exam paper leak. Let's go across to another breaking news development that we are getting right now. A big breaking news development where government has summoned Meta Global Team in India on August 5, August 6. As per the IT Secretary S. Krishnan, leading tech companies like Meta should be able to ensure systems work as intended, says IT Secretary Krishnan. Now, from CSAM issue handling to wrongful action on prominent account, government to raise many concerns with Meta Global Team. You remember, this is Republic Media Network only, which highlighted the fact that there is certain content which is available in Meta, in Instagram, which even if after you flag it, even after you report it, they do not take it down, which is especially the content related to child sexual abuse. And also, the government has now summoned Meta Global Team in India on August 5, August 6. Now, the leading tech companies like Meta should be able to ensure systems work as intended, says IT Secretary Krishnan. All right, Sarthak is live with us with all the latest updates in the story. Sarthak, we're getting to know that the government has summoned the Meta Global Team on August 5th and August 6th. Over to you for all the latest updates.
Well, absolutely, Shivam. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has summoned the Meta's global team for a meeting on August 5th and August 6th, where the IT Secretary S. Krishnan has said that several issues will be raised. To begin with, in the late July, in the month of July, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's post was removed, after which a statement came from Meta that it was a temporary glitch that was fixed. However, no reasonable explanation was given from Meta. Besides that, a very important issue that has to be raised is the handling of child sexual abuse material on Meta. It was alleged that certain advertisements were raised on the platform regarding this. It was flagged by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, but no further clarification or explanation came from Meta. So these are the two important issues that have to be raised. There are several other issues that Meta is likely to bring forth before in the meeting, and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is probably going to flag those issues. The meeting is going to take place on August 5 and August 6. This has been confirmed by the IT Secretary S. Krishnan, and a statement came from Meta India after PM Modi's post was removed. However, that was not reasonable enough. Therefore, this meeting is taking place on August 5 and August 6, and further clarification will be sought from the Meta's global team by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Shivam.
All right, Sarthak, thanks a lot for all the updates. Keep a track of all the developments. We'll come back to you as more details emerge. All right, viewers, now it's time to slip into a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere because coming up after the break, upon being arrested, it's Udhayanidhi Stalin who termed the action against him as a joke, says we'll deal with it through legal means.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार. क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला.
अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
आपको समझ ना आए तो आप घर जाके गूगल पे आप सर्च कर लेना ये क्या नारा है. वो नारा देते थे वास्ते गुने हुइयां, और वो नारा देते थे इतने प्यार से, इतनी खूबसूरत तरीके से इस्तीफा मांगते थे. कहते थे जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है.
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में. 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया. MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन. तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए. जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं.
So these are the 3 categories: student, idiot, and andhbhakt who follows the idiot. Now,
प्रश्न है कि खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए. मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ. खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बना. प्रश्न ये कि खंड 1 अधिनियम सूत्र और विधेयक का पूरा नाम विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए. मेरे विचार
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. This is Shivam Dutt Mehta. Now, amid heightened security concerns along the India-Pakistan border, the Jammu Police and the Border Security Force have carried out a joint anti-tunnel search operation along the international border. The exercise is aimed at preventing infiltration attempts and strengthening surveillance in sensitive border areas. Here's a report.
Jammu Police along with the Border Security Force carried out a joint anti-tunnel search operation along the international India-Pakistan border. The search was conducted amid continued concerns over possible infiltration attempts from across the border by Pakistan. The operation was carried out in the border area with personnel from the 101st Battalion of Jammu Police and the BSF participating in the exercise. These joint teams conducted an intensive search of the border belt, scanning for suspicious activity and checking for any underground tunnels that could be used by Pak-sponsored terrorists for infiltration. Police officials said the security situation along the India-Pakistan border remains normal, adding that such coordinated anti-tunnel operations will continue on a regular basis to strengthen border security.
All right, viewers, coming up next, BJP hits back at opposition, states the opposition is not discussing any issue and is only trying to block the parliament from functioning.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात
और मसाला
भारत की सबसे बड़ी गोल्ड लोन एनबीएफसी मुथूट फाइनेंस से गोल्ड लोन लीजिए और फिर देखिए सोना क्या नहीं कर सकता। कॉल कीजिए 1-800-313-1212।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट
क्या बात है स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
We're going to hit him very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized. But, you know, we got to smack them a little bit.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Chennai police have now arrested Udhayanidhi Stalin over insults against Trisha. Udhayanidhi defends his insults against Trisha, calls action against him a joke. DMK LOP Udhayanidhi arrested by Thanjavur police, applies for a bail in Madurai court. Protests erupted across Tamil Nadu over Udhayanidhi's arrest. DMK TVK workers clash in Thanjavur while DMK stages massive protest outside Madras High Court. BJP hits back at opposition, states the opposition is not discussing any issue and is only trying to block the parliament from functioning. Pakistani forces continue firing at unarmed protesters in POJK. Fresh visuals emerge from Muzaffarabad of Pakistani forces setting motorcycles on fire. All right, viewers, let's begin this bulletin with a big breaking news development that we are getting. And this is a statement of Donald Trump and the action against Pakistan, the failed state Pakistan. We're getting to know that Donald Trump has removed the name of Pakistan from the list of countries mediating between the US and Iran. He said that we are talking at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar. He did not mention Pakistan. So it's a bit of late realization, but at least he realized the fact that you cannot depend on Pakistan. A failed state cannot help in negotiations when it comes to war, because it also supported Iran during the war and also supported America during the war, and this is Pakistan. You can't trust Pakistan, and Donald Trump has removed the name of Pakistan from the list of countries mediating between the US and Iran. He said that we are talking at the request of Iran and backed by Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar. So the mediation is of Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar. So he did not mention Pakistan. No mention of Pakistan was made. Donald Trump removing the name of Pakistan is a big jolt to the drama that Pakistan has always done, of acting as a mediator, of acting as a peace broker. Let's listen in to Donald Trump.
we're not talking, when you ask me, no, we're not talking, I'll say it. But we are talking right now, we're talking, and we're talking at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, backed by UAE, and backed by Qatar in particular, but others also. Many countries called, the leaders of many are friendly with a lot of them, almost all of them, one way or the other, and they all wanted to give this a last chance. This is a last chance. This is not something that, if it doesn't happen, this is a last chance for them to sign a good document. If we're not talking, when you ask me, no, we're not talking, I'll say it. But we are talking right now, we're talking, and we're talking at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, backed by UAE, and backed by Qatar in particular, but others also. Many countries called, the leaders of many are friendly with a lot of them, almost all of them, one way or the other, and they all wanted to give this a last chance. This is a last chance. This is not something that, if it doesn't happen, this is a last chance for them to sign a good document.
All right, so this is a global embarrassment for Pakistan, but nothing new for Pakistan. Also, they are used to it. Another big embarrassment for Pakistan. But earlier, as you remember, they were celebrating that they have been chosen for mediation between Iran and America. And now Donald Trump not naming Pakistan makes it clear, because Donald Trump has realized, though a bit late, but he has realized the fact that you cannot depend on Pakistan for mediation, especially when it comes to war with Iran. All right, Chandrakala is live with us with all the latest updates now. This is huge, and it's another big embarrassment for Pakistan. But over to you for all the latest on this.
Yes, in fact, we have seen how Pakistan has been claiming as far as being the biggest mediator as far as the conflict between US and Iran is concerned. Now, this is a huge embarrassment for Pakistan, wherein we are seeing that US President Trump has left Pakistan out of a list of countries. He said we're backing talks as far as, to end the US-Iran war is concerned. He has mentioned other countries' name, but he has skipped Pakistan. Now, also what we are learning, we have seen his statement that the talk is happening, and of course at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, the UAE, backed by Qatar in particular, but he skipped Pakistan's name. This is coming after several round of negotiation talks happened. That was initiated by Pakistan. Now that what we are also understanding, that leaders of several countries had called him and urged him to give Tehran one final opportunity to reach an agreement. Now, his comment, his remarks is contradictory to what Tehran has been saying, that Pakistan is the biggest mediator in issues related to Iran and US, and Qatar has also helped in cases where necessary. This was the fact that the Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson has also said that China was helping prevent the conflict from escalating, but did not mention that if there is any other mediator. But for time now, what we are learning is that US President Donald Trump has completely opted out Pakistan from the list of countries who are now backing Iran as far as the US-Iran conflict is concerned. And the fact that Pakistan has made several claims as far as initiating talks between both the nations, between US and Iran, as far as the conflict is concerned. Now, this huge statement from US President Donald Trump is a matter of embarrassment for Pakistan. Over to you.
Okay, Chandrakala, thanks a lot for all the updates in the story. Keep a track of all the developments. We have another breaking news development. We'll go across to that breaking news development that we are getting from this news, which is the Madras High Court is set to hear the matter regarding the police detention of Tamil Nadu LOP and DMK leader Udhayanidhi Stalin following an FIR against him at around 14:15, that is around 2:15 today. So in a few minutes, the matter will be heard. The matter will be heard regarding the detention of Tamil Nadu LOP and DMK leader Udhayanidhi Stalin following an FIR which was registered against him at 2:15 today. So this is Madras High Court to hear Udhayanidhi's bail plea shortly. earlier because there was no evidence. So the court asked them to come back with all the evidence that they have, that is at their disposal, to present before the court. And now, very shortly, their bail plea will be heard. Madras High Court to hear Udhayanidhi's bail plea shortly. And these are the visuals of the protest which happened. You can see the workers of DMK, the female workers and protesters who are protesting with the flags, and they're raising slogans against the TVK, against TVK chief Vijay, and also they have been removed from the protest site by the Tamil Nadu police, and Madras High Court is set to hear Udhayanidhi's bail plea shortly. And the charges against Junior Stalin, what are the charges? BNS Section 61, which means a criminal conspiracy. So that's the charge against him. And BNS Section 196, promoting enmity or hatred between different groups. That's yet another charge against him. BNS Section 192, provoking or inciting a riot or unlawful assembly. So that is yet another charge. And the BNS Section 352, intentional insult to provoke a breach of peace. So that's also additional here. BNS Section 79, word, gesture or act intended to insult modesty of a woman. BNS Section 79, that's important. And this also, BNS Section 296B, obscene acts or words causing public annoyance. So these are the charges against Junior Stalin. The showdown outside Madras High Court. And let's go across to other charges also that we have. And Section 4, which is prohibition of harassment act, harassment of women. All right, Sharda is live with us with all the latest updates. She continues to track all the developments when it comes to the arrest, the detention of Udhayanidhi Stalin. Sharda, very shortly, the court is going to hear the matter. Over to you.
Well, in a very few minutes, the court is set to hear the anticipatory bail that has been issued for Udhayanidhi Stalin that the DMK has filed in the Madras High Court. Early today morning, while Udhayanidhi Stalin was arrested, court had initially stated that they would agree for an urgent hearing, but asked for the state government to wait for no arrest to be made before 12 p.m. But however, the Thanjavur police submitted an FIR with 6 complaints that was made against Udhayanidhi Stalin, especially the main line that said women harassment, and that is the main complaint that Udhayanidhi Stalin has been arrested under, and he's now on his way to Thanjavur, while the police is now taking him to Thanjavur for further investigation and inquiry. An anticipatory bail will be heard at the Madras High Court in just few minutes. We also get to know from the Madras High Court sources that an urgent hearing was cancelled because the DMK failed to submit all the proofs regarding this particular arrest. Well, the court has also asked for evidences as to what happened in Thanjavur yesterday, and following that, the case will be heard at 2:30 p.m. today in the Madras High Court, and this is when we will know whether the anticipatory bail will be given to Udhayanidhi Stalin or whether will he be continue to be detained by the state police in this particular case for the inquiry. The question comes from the DMK at the time when the budget is all set to happen tomorrow. The arrest has been made today. DMK is alleging that while the TVK does not want the DMK to question them on the Cauvery water dispute management, mismanagement by the TVK that has happened in the last few days, and that's the reason that the DMK leader was targeted. We saw that protests erupted all over the state of Tamil Nadu today, especially in Thanjavur district, where both the DVK and the DMK cadres came into a clash after Udhayanidhi Stalin's arrest. So now all eyes are on the Madras High Court's order. Meanwhile, Udhayanidhi Stalin's aide has also applied for an anticipatory bail in the Madurai bench of Madras High Court in this particular case, because the Thanjavur police FIR comes under the district custodial of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, and the Madurai High Court will also be hearing to the case if the Madras High Court anticipatory bail is cancelled.
Well, definitely. They approached the court, they wanted an anticipatory bail, but the time it was listed at around 12. But Sharda, the court asked them to bring all the proper evidences. There was no proper evidence that they had to support their claim that they wanted the anticipatory bail, and they did nothing wrong. That's the claim of Udhayanidhi.
Well, the DMK asked for an urgent hearing saying that the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin should not happen, and that was the initial urgent hearing case that the DMK had filed. Now, while he has already been detained by the police over an FIR that's been filed over complaints raised against Udhayanidhi Stalin, now the court has stated that the evidence is required with all the video proofs as to what happened in the Thanjavur protest happened yesterday during Udhayanidhi's speech as to what led to this particular situation. If you remember the video, though Udhayanidhi did not directly make the comment against Chief Minister Vijay or a derogatory remark against actress Trisha, he was silent when the functionaries named her and also made a statement that in a demeaning way, a double meaning to be specific, saying that if the water does not come in Cauvery as well, but it will be in Trisha's house is what the complaint is now registered. As also the TVK functionaries has also mentioned that this was a very wrong statement. Minister Adav Arjuna took to Twitter yesterday saying that Udhayanidhi Stalin has stepped down a step even more lower than that, and he said that it's a pornographic statements being made at Cauvery water dispute management protest that happened yesterday is what the TVK is pointing out at. So now the Madras High Court has asked for all the proofs. Around 2:30 is when this hearing will be heard. Following that, will we know whether the bail will be given for the leader of opposition Udhayanidhi Stalin or not.
Yeah, because they are back at defending all the DMK supporters. There were clashes which also happened in Thanjavur also that we are getting to know between the TVK protesters and the DMK protesters. And also they are adamant to defend whatever he did, and he said that they are supporting parties and supporting members are saying that they are making a big deal out of it, and he said nothing wrong against women, but it's on camera, it's visible, there is visual evidence also. And he was smiling, he was laughing while he was taken into custody, while he was detained, he was taken away by the police, he was still laughing, he was smiling.
Well, Shivam, there's a small miscommunication between the DMK and itself, because we know in the video, while Udhayanidhi Stalin did not make a direct comment on it, while the functionaries made the comments, he did not correct them, and he also laughed at the comments. So this is considered as a leader who accepted the comment that was made by the DMK functionary, and followed by that his derogatory remarks saying that, especially speaking about Chief Minister Vijay's personal life, is also drawn into it. While he did not make a direct attack against the Chief Minister, is what the DMK is defending at. DMK continues to defend Udhayanidhi Stalin, saying that it was only a criticism against the mismanagement of the TVK government and nothing personal. And also Udhayanidhi today, while he was arrested, was smiling because he spoke to the media telling that he is only telling what is available in the media, what is available on the newspapers, what the news medias are telling, and that he did not make up something on his own. So he is always seeing a loophole in this where he can easily say that he did not make any direct remarks against the Chief Minister Vijay. Meanwhile, other political party leaders, we can say Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, who is the AIADMK General Secretary, said that this arrest is important because DMK has been constantly speaking about women in a derogatory manner, which also includes the former Chief Minister and the AIADMK party's leader, J. Jayalalitha. And also recently, before the elections, Udhayanidhi Stalin made a very derogatory remark against Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, saying that he will be found between the feet of Sasikala, and that was also a very derogatory remark. If you remember, in the interview with Republic is when Udhayanidhi Stalin apologized for that comment against Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. So other leaders, which is PMK and the DMK, Anjumani Ramdas and Premalata Vijaykanth, is also pointed out, telling that if the Chief Minister is being criticized, why can't he answer them directly, and why is the issue being blown out of proportion and is being arrested? And DMK has called TVK as a fascist party. All these days, DMK called BJP as a fascist party, and that BJP is the one who used to arrest immediately when criticisms are made against them. And now, while TVK is following that method, DMK is now calling TVK to be a fascism party in the state of Tamil Nadu.
All right, we have a lot of interactions that we did. Let's go across to the interactions that we did. We spoke to many political leaders on that. Sharda, stay with us because this is a developing story and we're getting a lot of reactions.
இத பத்தி இன்னைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய முதலமைச்சர் வாயை திறந்து பேசுறாரா? பேச மாட்டேங்கிறார். அவருக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரே கவலை என்ன? திமுக மேல என்ன பொய் வழக்கு போடலாம், என்ன பொய் கேஸ் போடலாம். எங்க தண்ணி வருதோ இல்ல அங்க தண்ணி வரணும். காவேரி சொன்னேன். ஆனா இதை பத்தி இன்னைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய முதலமைச்சர் வாயை திறந்து பேசுறாரா? பேச மாட்டேங்கிறார். அவருக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரே கவலை என்ன? திமுக மேல என்ன பொய் வழக்கு போடலாம், என்ன பொய் கேஸ் போடலாம். எங்க தண்ணி வருதோ இல்ல அங்க தண்ணி வரணும். காவேரி சொன்னேன்.
What's your no, it is Cauvery water management authority has already ordered to extend 3,500 cubics per day up to next 15th, totaling to 4.5 TMC of water. But so far they have not even dispatched even a drop of water to Tamil Nadu. See, we could see only the parched rivers and dried up lands of the Cauvery Delta region. Almost more than 20 districts are suffering for want of water and for cultivation. Cultivation has not been done for growing.
Sir, also we are talking about the Cauvery dispute, while addressing the protest Cauvery dispute, Udhayanidhi, he has given a statement against Trisha.
No, he is totally wrong. It is totally wrong. He has not mentioned any word about the particular woman. No, it is all false. It is false.
But TVK is attacking Udhayanidhi, saying that the reference was made to Trisha and they have filed a complaint with the NCW.
No, he has not made any reference about the particular woman. No. He has not made any. It is all false.
That statement was made by Udhayanidhi Stalin saying whether the water will come to Cauvery or not, but to Trisha's house. That's the main point that everybody is looking at and say it's a very demeaning point because even in the past, Udhayanidhi Stalin has spoken against the former leader of opposition, Erupt K. Palaniswamy, saying that he'll be in Sashikala's legs, which was also taken as a dedicated remark. This seems to be a recurring action in the DMK. Multiple leaders have been arrested for especially statement against women.
Nothing. This is absolutely wrong. He did not. I listened to his speech, entire speech. In between his speech, some people shouted, Trisha. Then he said that, see, I am talking about water to farm, agriculture is not any other thing. That's all. He was disturbed by, I think, the people who shouted the name of Trisha may be from TVK also, because it's a huge rush. We cannot find who is. The intention of the TVK is not to serve the people, not to work for the people of Tamil Nadu. Let them die. They don't care. Their intention, their bosses have told them, you attack DMK. Your only work is to attack DMK on whatever count. See, one example I can quote. One minister says that it is DK Shivakumar and MK Stalin had joined together and not leaving water to Tamil Nadu. What a silly charge it is. So their intention, as per their boss's instructions, they want to attack DMK, not to do any good to the people of Tamil Nadu. It's a huge agitation yesterday was held in Thanjavur. Farmers who were in large number had joined the agitation for water. On June 12th, water for Cauvery should have been released, but this man did not take care for it. Now, after all these things, he is going to Supreme Court. What was he doing for the past 1 month? More than 1 month, from June 12th to August 3rd. What was he doing? Did he care to release water for the people? His intention is not that. He is a slave to somebody who wants to, this man, to attack DMK on all counts. That is what they are doing. Beyond attacking DMK, have they done one good thing to the people of Tamil Nadu? You can see the electricity bills. Last time I paid 2,002 rupees. This time my house bill was 5,700 rupees. And every household, the bill have been received high amount for a higher amount. No, this government did not care for it. Whatever the people are agitating, whatever the people's needs are, this government doesn't take care. Their only job is to attack DMK, that's all. Because their bosses have instructed them to do that. They are slaves of somebody.
Sir, how do you see the sudden arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin? Because as per the court order also, it says that intimation should be given, an indication should be given, but suddenly the leader of opposition being arrested.
Yes, definitely. They didn't seek the permission of the chair, one thing, the Speaker of the House. But they will do anything because they don't want Stalin to, Udhayanidhi to be present tomorrow when the budget is presented. Because he will attack the budget, he will criticize it. They don't want Udhayanidhi to be in the House when they read the budget, or day after tomorrow it is the farm agriculture budget. On both counts, if Udhayanidhi was there, he will criticize the government. They are afraid of Udhayanidhi being in the House. That is why they are trying to arrest him.
All right, viewers, it's now time to slip into a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere because coming up next, protests have erupted across Tamil Nadu over Udhayanidhi's arrest.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े। चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
आपको समझ ना आए तो आप घर जाके गूगल पे आप सर्च कर लेना ये क्या नारा है। वो नारा देते थे वास्ते गुने हुइयां, और वो नारा देते थे इतने प्यार से, इतनी खूबसूरत तरीके से इस्तीफा मांगते थे। कहते थे जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है।
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं।
So these are the three categories: student, idiot, and andhbhakt who follows the idiot. Now,
प्रश्न है कि खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ। खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बना। प्रश्न ये कि खंड 1 अधिनियम सूत्र और विधेयक का पूरा नाम विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ।
जिन लोगों ने विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ किया, वे जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं। हमने फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट बना।
अध्यक्ष जी, जहां पर कांग्रेस शासित यूपीए ने पॉलिसी वैक्यूम करा, वहीं पर अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
जेनजी की भाषा में मैं, अरे सुनो यार,
All right, viewers, we are getting to know that there are protests happening in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai. Now, in Thanjavur, there were clashes also that happened between the DMK protesters and the TVK protesters. But now, after the break, we'll get you more details because there are protests happening across Tamil Nadu where there have been clashes between TVK and DMK supporters. Coming up next, all details on that and a lot more.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized. But, you know, we got to smack them a little bit.
The United States has launched airstrikes on Iran hours after President Donald Trump warned Tehran of a strong military response. The strikes mark the first major American attack since Trump paused the bombing campaign last week. Trump had earlier vowed to hit Iran very hard after an Iranian missile attack on an American base in Jordan. Within hours, US forces launched retaliatory strikes, escalating tensions across the Middle East.
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized. But, you know, we got to smack them a little bit. Yeah, I think more so that, yeah, because it was another smaller event. But no, they sent 8,000-mile-an-hour missiles at us. And fortunately, we had our people operating the greatest equipment in the world, namely the Patriot system. Think of it, 5 missiles going 8,600 miles an hour, big ones, coming right at us, and all 5 were shot down. How about that, right? Pretty good. Nobody else could do that but us, yeah.
US forces began launching strikes against Iran at 8 p.m. ET today. The strikes are a powerful response to yesterday's attempted Iranian attacks on US forces based in the Middle East. The escalation comes after Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claimed responsibility for a missile attack on a US airbase and command center in Jordan. The US military says all the missiles were intercepted. Even as airstrikes continue,
Viewers, a big breaking news coming in from Tamil Nadu after the hearing. Now, there's a big relief for Udhayanidhi as judge has ordered that he should not be jailed and be sent after investigation. In fact, Udhayanidhi Stalin has been released and High Court has asked Udhayanidhi to cooperate with the probe. And this is after he was detained earlier today. And Madras High Court has directed the cops to release Udhayanidhi. In fact, a big relief for him even as protesters continue to clash outside of the Madras High Court today. And this is a big controversy that emerged after his statement against Trisha, and as the state government has slapped him with many cases, with many sections of the BNS, and now he has been released. He has been released in a big relief for the DMK as well. Now I'm joined by my colleague Sharda to give us more information on this as well. Sharda, this is a major relief for Udhayanidhi, even as the protesters continue to clash over this arrest, and he has been now directed by the court to be released as per now, to not be detained. Give us more details. This is a major relief for Udhayanidhi as we're tracking at the moment.
Well, Amrita, right now the hearing has already begun in this case for Udhayanidhi Stalin anticipatory bail, while the court has immediately said that Udhayanidhi should be sent back home immediately after the investigation and inquiry and that no arrest can be made. Whereas the state prosecutor who is speaking on behalf of the TVK government has explained that there is no idea of keeping Udhayanidhi in remand and that it is only for inquiry and investigation after multiple complaints have been filed, while the police will be inquiring and investigating him today, and he will not be in any police custody. It is only questioning and inquiry. Following that, Udhayanidhi will not be prisoned. He will not be jailed in Thanjavur. He'll be left, and following that, we will know whether he will be asked for an investigation or inquiry tomorrow as well by the Thanjavur police or the Chennai police. More information will we know only after the inquiry is done by the Thanjavur police. So now it's a big relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin. The court is ordered saying that no remand can be done for the leader of opposition.
And also, I would like to read out the statement from the court itself, Sharda. The court is, stated that the state's submission, as he said, I will read it out, like Udhayanidhi Stalin is being taken to the Thanjavur and he will be released after police station inquiry, and there is no intention to produce him before a court after arrest. And also earlier we knew that before the hearing, the Madras High Court in fact sought more evidence of this arrest that was placed against him. And can you tell us more on that?
Well, Amrita, as you mentioned, this is the court statement. It is completely ruled out any reasons from the TVK government to jail the leader of opposition. It's stated that there are no reasons as of the moment to, keep Udhayanidhi in remand, because this particular case filed against him is only for the statement, and that it is not an offense that needs to have him imprisoned or jailed. And that's the reason that even the judge is also called for saying that Udhayanidhi should be released today after inquiry. So, as per the court statement, the DMK lawyer has also stated saying that this particular arrest comes in form of a political motivation and just before the budget session tomorrow, and that the focus is mostly on the Cauvery water management by the DMK, as tomorrow being the budget session while the TVK will be targeted. They say that the state government has tried to divert the attention of everything that's happening in the state. If you see in the last 4 hours, the entire state has been in a turmoil, a political turmoil. Multiple protests were erupted all over the state while law and order situation was still under control. There was multiple protests that happened between the DMK and the TVK. There were multiple public also who were attacked by the DMK around the state because of the protest. So there's basically a political unrest was created in the state of Tamil Nadu. So this will also be one of the main topics that will be addressed in the assembly session tomorrow by other political party leaders, because apart from Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, the AIADMK General Secretary, other political party leaders did condemn the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin as well. And CPI, which was with the DMK in the past, now say that there is no relation with both the TVK and the DMK, but have stated that even if it is the leader of opposition, this should be the action that the state government should take. Any derogatory remark against women should be considered. So it's likely that the court will very soon hear another case as from the public prosecutor side, saying that no political leader should be allowed to make any derogatory remarks against women in the future.
Right, Sharda, continue to stay with us. We also have on the phone line Sasi Rekha, TVK leader, to give us more information on this and the reaction from the TVK as well. Sasi Rekha, thank you so much for joining. I'd like a reaction. Now the court has released Udhayanidhi Stalin on the charges that he has been arrested, and he has also been advised to cooperate with the investigation. What's the reaction of the TVK on this so far?
Yeah, today, good afternoon, Ji, good afternoon. First of all, today we have to make one protest against. This is not a protest of TVK, and this is not a protest of TVK spokespersons, and this is not a protest of TVK cadres and workers. This is the protest of overall Tamil Nadu women's protest. This is because of Udhayanidhi Stalin's disgusting, unwanted, and third-rated, filthy language comment in that. Is this a way to comment, or is this a way to getting Cauvery river water issue? Why any need to defame women in this kind of speeches in his public discourse? Is this a way to express the things in? This is good for leader of opposition. We want to condemn these things. I have to condemn strong. I have to profile my strong condemn for this issue. This is not a gene of Udhayanidhi. This is not an issue of Udhayanidhi. This is the DMK gene. Here before his grandfather has defamed the people's women always. Here before Mr. Stalin also defamed the things. He is also given the derogative comments, such kind of comments against women in that way, in DMK gene, in Gopalapuram gene. Udhayanidhi also done the same thing. We want to condemn this issue. Likewise, today is TVK government taking the necessary and transparent action against it. Udhayanidhi Stalin, what the action has been made by police is very right. This
and
is
also,
the expression of general public.
Sasi Rekha, I'd like to ask you this: that now the court has given the directive to release Udhayanidhi Stalin, and as you mentioned, that this is a gene of the DMK. But now the DMK will take it as a win, and even as the assembly convenes tomorrow, they will take it as the point to make this a huge debate at the House as well. And are you expecting to? How are you expecting to take those debates coming in the House? As that's in the assembly that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever it might be, we have never ever seen this kind of comments against women and this kind of leader of opposition here before. No, we are very transparent and we are humble to obey the court order or police order or people's mindset. That is what we are expecting. Yeah, it's a budget session will be started today. As it goes as usual, what had been happened in the budget session, that is what we are ready to do that in House.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us your comments and reactions on that as well, Sasi Rekha. And my colleague Sharda continues to join us on this. Sharda, you have also heard the reaction coming in from TVK, and they continue to stand on the earlier statement they have said on this as well. And as I was pointing out, that DMK will take this as a huge win for them, and they will continue to use this as a big debate in the floor of the assembly tomorrow.
Well, this seems to be a huge relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin now, but tomorrow in the assembly session, we will know whether the DMK will be targeting the TVK either for Udhayanidhi Stalin's arrest or whether it's the Cauvery water management issue, because just few minutes back, VCK leader Thirumavalavan, who is part in alliance with the TVK, stated that whatever Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement is wrong, but at the same time, these statements do not bring any profit to the state political situation, saying that while everybody's target was on the Cauvery water management issue, now the entire focus has been turned into the case of Udhayanidhi Stalin speaking ill about actress Trisha is what the focus is moved on. So in this case now, multiple political parties will be talking tomorrow. We know in the past that PMK leader, both Anmani Ramna's wife, who is also an MLA, has spoken about it, as well as the DMDK leader, Premlata Vijaykanth, has also spoken about it. So both Soumya Andamani and Premlata Vijaykanth will be addressing this issue tomorrow to leave women out of the politics who are not inside it. Making derogatory remarks is what the DMK has been doing for a very, very long time. Probably that this would be the time that it will be brought in the assembly We can also see in the future how the court might bring in orders of political speech as well, is what the current scenario in the state is being bringing out, because an arrest of a leader of opposition within minutes is brought into question whether all these years where the political party is taking severe action against the opposition or not. Now that the state government is starting to take action, is likely that TVK tomorrow will not only be facing the finance budget or the Cauvery issue, but another issue in place, which is the arrest of leader of opposition Udhayanidhi Stalin.
Right, that's right, and we'll continue to track as and when it happens. Thank you so much, Sharda, for joining us and giving us those inputs. And moving on to another breaking news coming in, 12 people have been injured as Air India Phuket-Delhi flight hits turbulence. At least 10 passengers were injured on a Phuket-Delhi flight due to turbulence, and the Delhi airport sources have said that two crew members were also being treated for injuries. Now, 3 have been shifted to Fortis Hospital, 5 to Medanta Hospital, and 2 shifted to Indian Spinal Injury Center. Now, 4 crew members that were injured were seriously injured, 1 seriously injured and taken to Fortis Hospital. So these are the latest number of casualties from the turbulence that hit Air India flight that was bound from Phuket to Delhi, and several injured in the turbulence have now been receiving medical treatment, and several have been treated to various medical centers. Today, along with passengers, the crew members have also been injured in this flight turbulence that happened today in the Air India flight bound for Delhi from Phuket. Also, we have some statements coming in on this issue. Let's listen into that as well. All right, viewers, you're seeing on the screens the turbulence, mid-air turbulence during the Air India flight, and you can see those images of those issues that was faced during the flight on air. And after it landed, we found that there have been many passengers and crew members that was injured during this turbulence that took place. And on the right of your screen, you can see the passengers and those who have been injured being taken for medical treatment. And some of them have, in fact, received serious injury during that as well. And some of them are being treated at the Fortis Hospital, and some of them in Medanta Hospital. So far, 12 people have been injured in this mid-air Air India flight that was bound for Delhi. And you can see visuals of the turbulence that happened mid-air on the left side of your screen as well. And the injured passengers, including crew members, are being taken immediately for medical treatment, and they are being assisted for medical treatment as we speak. And even crew members were also injured in this, and one has been reportedly been seriously injured. And you can see visuals of the flight with many cracks. Also, you can see where the turbulence took place that in fact scared the passengers during the moment, and several have also received many serious injuries during this flight and are receiving a treatment after being landed. And this was the Air India flight that was bound for Delhi from Phuket, and 12 injured so far, including crew members. Passengers are being treated in medical centers so far, and they have been transferred to various high facility medical centers and are receiving their treatment after the mid-air turbulence as well. And now, viewers, moving on to another major story. The students' protest in Ranchi demanding a CBI inquiry into the alleged irregularities in the JPSC and JSLC examinations entered its 11th day today. The protesting students who held a flash march yesterday evening have announced a march to the Jharkhand Assembly on August 10th in support of their demands. Let's take a listen to some of the statements and reaction that happened, and also speaking exclusively to Republic. Let's take a listen to them as well.
कि पीएम आवास तक आप मार्च करना चाहते हैं और E20 का मुद्दा है, बड़ा मुद्दा है, लेकिन आपने क्या सोचा कि सड़क पर उतर रहे हैं आप लोग आज?
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ट्रंप के दबाव में अमेरिका से इथेनॉल खरीद रहे हैं। अमेरिका में इथेनॉल, अमेरिका इथेनॉल प्रोड्यूस करने वाला सबसे बड़ा देश है, लेकिन उनको इथेनॉल इस्तेमाल करने के लिए उनके पास कोई साधन नहीं है। तो ट्रंप ने दबाव डाला है मोदी जी पे कि आप अमेरिका से इथेनॉल खरीदिए। अमेरिका के दबाव में अमेरिका का इथेनॉल खरीद के मोदी जी हमारे पे E20 थोप रहे हैं। हमारी मोदी जी से प्रार्थना है कि आप अमेरिका से इथेनॉल खरीदना बंद कीजिए, ट्रंप के दबाव में मत आइए और हमारे ऊपर E20 मत थोपिए।
कितनी पिटीशन हुई है टोटल, कितनी पिटीशन लेके आप लोग आए हैं?
2,33,238।
लेकिन एक आरोप ये भी लग रहा है कि सिलेक्टिव अप्रोच अपोजिशन अपना रहा है। झारखंड में प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है, आप लोग उसके अगेंस्ट में नहीं बोल रहे हैं?
नहीं, हम तो सबके खिलाफ बोलते हैं। तो झारखंड में अगर पेपर लीक हुआ, अगर हमारे यहाँ भी लीक होगा, उसको भी ठीक करेंगे हम।
बड़ी बात यहाँ पर अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं।
In fact, my colleague Sagar is live joining us on this as well. Sagar, can you tell us more into what happened in Jharkhand? Especially the students are demanding to get out the assembly on August 10. They have also launched an indefinite hunger strike demanding justice for the exam irregularities also.
देखिए, बिल्कुल अगर हम बात करें तो कई ऐसे छात्र हैं जिन्होंने भूख हड़ताल की आज के दिन बात कही है। और अगर मैं आपको तस्वीरें दिखाऊं, देखिए बहुत तेज बारिश इस समय रांची में हो रही है, लेकिन बारिश की एक एक बूंदें छात्रों के हौसलों को और बढ़ा रही हैं। यह आंदोलन इसी तरह से अभी जारी रहेगा छात्रों का, जब तक उनकी मांगों को यहाँ पर पूरा नहीं किया जाता। और यही नहीं, कल के दिन भी बारिश हुई, पिछले 10 दिनों से बारिश ये छात्र देख रहे हैं, आज भी बारिश हो रही है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आप लोग की मांग जारी रहेगी।
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। जिस प्रकार हिमालय पर्वत खड़ा है ना, इस प्रकार यहाँ के छात्र खड़े हैं। जब तक हमारी मांगे नहीं मानी जाएगी, पत्थर पड़े, पानी तूफान है, कुछ पड़े, हम लोग हटने वाले नहीं हैं। क्योंकि हम लोग मेधावी छात्र हैं और बाहरों को बेच दिया जाता है। कितने गरीब बच्चे किसान के आके पढ़ते हैं और वन नाइट सो, एक रात में होटल में पढ़ के वो क्वेश्चन को पढ़ लेता है। हम लोग 300%। यहाँ झारखंड का सिलेबस भैया कितना पहाड़ा राजा से लेकर के कितना आदिवासी संथाल, कितना तरह का क्वेश्चन है।
लेकिन विपक्ष के जो नेता दिल्ली में खूब परपंच किए, वो लोग नहीं आए अभी तक।
नहीं, हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि आप नैतिक समर्थन दीजिए, यहाँ आके आप अपना रोटी मत सेकिए, आप समर्थन दीजिए, हमें सहयोग करिए, लेकिन हम लोग रोटी यहाँ सेकने नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि राजनीतिकरण के कारण मामला गड़बड़ा सकता है। हम सरकार से यह चाहते हैं, वहाँ दिल्ली में कहा जाता है आप रिजाइन दीजिए, हम बोले रिजाइन ना दीजिए, आपके रहते हुए ही आप जान रहे हैं कि कौन कौन कहाँ अधिकारी।
आप भी छात्र ही आंदोलन में आए हुए हैं,
क्या बोल रहे?
सरकार नहीं आएगी, नहीं आप लोग को सुनेगी तो क्या करेंगे, क्या रास्ता है?
सर हम लोग पार्टी बैठे हुए रहेंगे। हम लोग जब तक बैठेंगे तो जब मांग पूरा नहीं होगा हम लोग का, तब तक बैठे हुए रहेंगे। हम लोग
बैठे ही रहेंगे।
जी जी।
कब तक बैठे रहेंगे? 11 दिन हो गया, कुछ छात्र कह रहे हैं 11 महीने भी हम बैठे रहेंगे।
एकदम जब तक करके हम लोग दिन रात पढ़ते भैया, पढ़ते जान लगा पढ़ते हैं लोग मेरे सीट बेच देता है लोग, जैसे CJPSC।
अच्छा, एक बार दिखाओ मैं, देखिए जिन छात्रों ने यहाँ पर आंदोलन शुरू किया था, 11वें दिन वो तिरपाल लगाए। बारिश इतनी तेज है कि देखिए तिरपाल से पानी यहाँ पर गिरने लगा है, लेकिन फिर भी ये छात्र यहाँ पर लगातार आंदोलन कर रहे हैं। अगर मैं आपको दिखाऊं बारिश की यहाँ पर कितनी तेज यहाँ पर रफ्तार है, और ये लगातार बारिश यहाँ पर हो रही है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं फिर भी छात्र यहाँ पर डटे हुए हैं। क्या कहेंगे? छात्रों के साथ आप लोग भी खड़े हैं, पूरा झारखंड भी खड़ा है, लेकिन सरकार नहीं खड़ी है भैया।
हम तो कहेंगे इतना बारिश में अब तो मुख्यमंत्री जी को समझना चाहिए कि इतना बारिश में लोग खड़ा है, इस भीड़ में, इस उम्मस में, मुख्यमंत्री जी को हम लोग के गार्जियन के रूप में, और गार्जियन अपना बच्चा को इस तरह से छोड़ा हुआ है, शर्म का बात है। मुख्यमंत्री जी को अब समझना चाहिए कि बच्चा लोग कोई आपसे रोटी कपड़ा तो मांग नहीं रहा है, आपसे निष्पक्ष न्याय का मांग कर रहा है, आपसे निष्पक्ष एक न्याय, एक CBI के द्वारा एक जांच का मांग कर रहा है। आपको क्या दिक्कत है करने में? तो कुछ आपसे तो 2 रुपया कोई मांग नहीं रहा है।
CJP के जो लोग जंतर मंतर पर पूरा एकदम माहौल बनाए थे, वो लोग भी यहाँ पर कदम नहीं रख रहे हैं।
वो रखे या ना रखे, हम एक बात क्लियर कर देना चाहते हैं। वो CJP वाला जो मूवमेंट वहाँ था और यहाँ, इसमें ज़मीन और आसमान का अंतर है। यहाँ से जब रैली निकलता है, जो विद्यार्थी को जो हुजूम निकलता है अल्बर्ट एक्का चौक तक, मोटर एक अगर बाइक लगा है ना, तो उसका जो अगर मिरर है ना, एक बाइक का मिरर भी इधर से उधर नहीं होगा, अगर सैकड़ों बच्चा यहाँ से वहाँ आ जाए तो यहाँ और वहाँ में।
अच्छा, जैसे जैसे छात्रों का आक्रोश बढ़ रहा है, रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क आपको दिखा रहा है।
In fact, viewers, visuals also coming in on Udhayanidhi Stalin after getting bail, and this after the court has given a relief for him to be released, and these are visuals after he is being taken out of the Madras High Court. In fact, the court observed that he be there to to be there for the investigation and cooperate with the investigation. I'm now joined by my colleague Sharda for more information in this. Sharda, give us the latest update. We are tracking, in fact, that Udhayanidhi Stalin has been given station bail by the Madras High Court, but also directed to cooperate with the investigation. And this is a major breaking news that we are tracking from the ground as we speak. I'm also joined by my colleague Sharda. Sharda, give us more details, more updates on this as well. Yes.
Well, today Udhayanidhi Stalin was arrested, and now the court has given a temporary relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin. While the court case today that was heard as an emergency hearing in the Madras High Court is all about to stop the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin, and the judge has now announced that tomorrow, being an important session in the assembly for the budget session of the TVK, said that the leader of opposition should be present, and now a temporary relief has been given to Udhayanidhi Stalin that after the inquiry he should be sent back to Chennai. So today the Thanjavur police, who is taken Udhayanidhi Stalin, will be doing the inquiry and investigation, following which he will be returning to Chennai tonight to attend the budget sessions tomorrow. Meanwhile, an anticipatory bail is filed at the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court to make sure that in case the future the police wants to take a further investigation in this case, it will be dealt with the Madurai High Court and not the Madras High Court bench.
That's right. And also, Sharda, have you received any more reaction from the TVK on this? Because as we were speaking earlier also, the DMK will definitely use this as a major win for them. And this is happening it has escalated. The workers were clashing outside the Madras High Court today as he was being brought to the court. And how will that look like? Have you had any reaction from the TVK so far?
Well, Amrita, the TVK state prosecutor explaining to the judge had earlier said that they had no intention of remanding Udhayanidhi Stalin, but only inquiry and investigation based on the complaint. However, the political party of TVK has not reacted to this news yet because it's fairly new and the TVK legal wing is going to take time to make what their next move is. But it has been very made clear in the Madras High Court through the state prosecutor that any person, even if it is the leader of opposition, action will be taken if there are derogatory statements made against women in the state of Tamil Nadu. So this seems to be one of the important moves made today. Multiple political protests, political unrest for the last 4 hours in the state of Tamil Nadu after Udhayanidhi Stalin was arrested. But the High Court has not made an official statement, but the state prosecutor wants to keep it very clean, saying that there was no idea of remand or no idea of arresting Udhayanidhi Stalin, but only detaining him for questioning and will be sent back, is what the TVK's government lawyer had stated. So now we'll have to wait for what the political party's next reaction would be. Following tomorrow being the assembly session, there's also a possibility of questions being raised because this is the first budget session that the TVK is going to have, and in that case we will be showing that apart from the Cauvery water management and also multiple other discussions that's going to be happening tomorrow will include the agricultural budget, the financial budget, as well as this particular statement made by the DMK. Earlier, we saw that Anita Radhakrishnan, the former minister from the DMK, and MLA Markandeyan was also arrested for making derogatory remarks against Chief Minister Vijay. So, multiple times this has been happening in the past few days. So, TVK will be answering the other political party questions. So, now we end this particular bulletin with a short commercial break. Coming on the other side is what's the court's order from the Madurai High Court bench will be, whether it will be a full relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin or not. See you after a small commercial break.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात
राजा आरती और मसाला
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाए जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
आपको समझ ना आए तो आप घर जाके गूगल पे आप सर्च कर लेना ये क्या नारा है। वो नारा देते थे वास्ते गुने हुइयां, और वो नारा देते थे इतने प्यार से, इतनी खूबसूरत तरीके से इस्तीफा मांगते थे। कहते थे जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है।
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको एमआईए हो गया। एमआईए क्या है? एमआईए मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं।
So these are the three categories: student, idiot, and andhbhakt who follows the idiot. Now,
प्रश्न है कि खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ। खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बना। प्रश्न ये कि खंड 1 अधिनियम सूत्र और विधेयक का पूरा नाम विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ।
जिन लोगों ने विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ किया, वे जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं।
Welcome back, viewers. Hero Tiranga Trails 2026 enters its second day today, taking the expedition deeper into India's northern frontier. After beginning yesterday from the Kargil War Memorial in Dras, today's journey starts from Leh and will take the convoy across the iconic Khardungla before heading towards Pertapur in the Nubra Valley, one of the Indian Army's most strategically significant regions. As the riders prepare to begin another challenging day across Ladakh's high-altitude terrain, Republic remains on the ground, bringing you every milestone of this remarkable expedition. Our correspondent Shubham Verma joins us from Shanti Stupa in Leh, where day 2 is about to get underway. Take a look.
कल द्रास के कारगिल वॉर मेमोरियल से शुरू हुआ हीरो तिरंगा ट्रेल्स 2026 एक्सपीडिशन आज अपने दूसरे दिन में दाखिल हो चुका है। एक दिन पहले इस एक्सपीडिशन की शुरुआत शहीदों की श्रद्धांजलि, गैलेंट्री अवॉर्डीज और वीर नारीज के सम्मान के साथ हुई। आज से ये सफर और भी ज्यादा चैलेंजिंग और स्ट्रेटेजिकली सिग्निफिकेंट रूट पर बढ़ने जा रहा है। मैं इस वक्त लेह के शांति स्तूप से खड़ा हूं, जहां से डे 2 ऑफ हीरो तिरंगा ट्रेल्स 2026 एक्सपीडिशन को फ्लैग ऑफ किया जा रहा है। डे 2 के एक्सपीडिशन को फ्लैग ऑफ ब्रिगेडियर सचिन गहलावत, कमांडर 3 आर्मी ब्रिगेड द्वारा किया गया। आज का राउट बेहद खास है। ये कॉन्वॉय लेह से निकलकर खारदुंगला को क्रॉस करेगा। नुब्रा वैली और सियाचिन सेक्टर तक पहुंचने वाले सबसे महत्वपूर्ण सप्लाई राउट्स में खारदुंगला की अहम भूमिका है। इस राउट से होते हुए एक्सपीडिशन परतापुर पहुंचेगा, जो नुब्रा वैली का एक महत्वपूर्ण मिलिट्री हब माना जाता है और सियाचिन ग्लेशियर की तरफ होने वाली आर्मी डिप्लॉयमेंट्स के लिए एक स्ट्रेटेजिक बेस भी है। रिपब्लिक इस पूरे एक्सपीडिशन को ऑन ग्राउंड कवर कर रहा है। हमसे जुड़े रहिए।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ और
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े, चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
I wake up wearing someone else again. Don't let it slip. I'm losing. I don't wanna be safe anymore.
Finding myself. That's my moment of Sarah.
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin as judge orders he should not be jailed and be sent after investigation. Udhayanidhi defends his insults against Trisha, calls action against him a joke. DMK LOP Udhayanidhi arrested by Thanjavur police applies for a bail in Madurai court. Protests erupt across Tamil Nadu over Udhayanidhi's arrest. DMK TVK workers clash in Thanjavur. DMK stages massive protests outside Madras High Court as well.
से सदन आरंभ हुआ है। क्वेश्चन आवर पार्लियामेंट में हो नहीं रहा है। जीरो आवर के लिए पार्लियामेंट में बाधाएं उत्पन्न की जा रही है। लगभग किसी बिल पे चर्चा नहीं हो रही।
The BJP hits back at the opposition, states that the opposition is not discussing any issue and is only trying to block the parliament from functioning. Pakistani forces continue firing at unarmed protesters in POJK. Fresh visuals emerged from Muzaffarabad of Pak forces setting motorcycles on fire. Right, warm welcome. You're watching live and breaking, and I'm Dr. Tamisha with you. Viewers, we start with the big story that we're tracking from Tamil Nadu. There's relief coming in for Udhayanidhi Stalin after he was detained. Now the judge has ordered that he should not be jailed and he should be sent out after investigation. So he's now on station bail. Udhayanidhi will be released today, is what we know, as per the Tamil Nadu government, telling Madras High Court. Madras High Court has directed the cops to release Udhayanidhi. And High Court has asked Udhayanidhi to cooperate in the probe. The state has submitted that Udhayanidhi Stalin is being taken to Thanjavur. He will be released after police station inquiry. That there is no intention to produce him before a court after arrest, and that he will be released today itself on station bail after the inquiry is completed. In fact, the judge also directed Stalin to cooperate with the police investigation. And in fact, Shada joins us live on the broadcast for more. Shada, well, it's relief coming in for Udhayanidhi Stalin now.
Well, this is the first relief that Udhayanidhi Stalin is getting after 5 hours of battle with the Tamil Nadu police. At 10 a.m. he was arrested and he is on his way to Thanjavur for the inquiry and investigation by the Thanjavur police after the complaint filed against him. So now, yesterday speaking up at the Cauvery protest issue, Udhayanidhi Stalin made a derogatory remark against Chief Minister Vijay and actress Trisha, talking about an illicit relationship that they carry is what the information filed in the FIR report by the police says that it is a derogatory remarks made against women. And now following that, a case was filed today morning for an urgent hearing at the Madras High Court asking for the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin to be stopped. And listening to that, the Madras High Court today at 2:30 p.m. said that Udhayanidhi Stalin cannot be remanded but should be sent after the inquiry investigation. And the state prosecutor also said that there is no idea of remanding or keeping Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin in prison or jail, keeping in mind tomorrow the financial budget of the state is coming. So now an anticipatory bail phase case is being filed at the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court in case if the inquiry leads to more questioning. An inquiry in that case, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court will take over the case, whereas the Madras High Court has said that being a leader of opposition with the budget session starting tomorrow for the next 30 days, the assembly session is to happen. So now the question arises whether the TVK tomorrow will initially start the 0 hour with the financial budget for the state, or is it going to be addressing the questions on the Cauvery water management, whereas the Tamil Nadu has failed to bring water to the state of Tamil Nadu from Karnataka, which is a main claim that the DMK is keeping against the TVK, or if it is the arrest of the leader of opposition, because multiple political party leaders have condemned the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin in this particular case and said that the TVK should allow the people in the especially the political leaders to criticize if something is going wrong in that case. So now tomorrow's first session in the State Assembly will decide whether Udhayanidhi Stalin's issue is going to be brought up in a huge scale or not. So, however, this is the first relief that Udhayanidhi Stalin is getting now against the case filed against him. The Thanjavur police have filed 6 cases against Udhayanidhi Stalin, and now in the next few days we will know whether further inquiry is required in this case or not.
All right. Thank you so much, Shada, for joining us. Details coming in on that story. We'll keep a close eye on that story as well. But right now, shifting focus to Jharkhand, where students are protesting in Ranchi, demanding CBI inquiry into the alleged irregularities. It's been 11 days since this protest is going on, viewers, and the protests over the irregularities in JPSC and JSSC examinations have entered its 11th day, and protesting students held a flashlight march last evening. They announced a march to the Jharkhand Assembly also for the 10th of August in support of the demand. So they are unrelenting in their protests. Demonstrations continue, but we see that not a word from Congress. In fact, the Congress have tagged this protest as an RSS protest. In fact, my colleague Harsh also confronted Manish Sisodia of the Aam Aadmi Party over what's happening in Jharkhand, that why is there silence from the opposition, unlike what they did in Jantar Mantar, unlike how they backed the goons of the CJP in Jantar Mantar. Why are they not backing the genuine protest? The students who are actually protesting, those aspirants who are actually protesting. Listen in.
क्या आप झारखंड और पंजाब के बच्चों के लिए भी आवाज उठाएंगे? वहां पर भी बच्चे प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं सर, पेपर लीक का मामला।
आप लोग, आपका कौन सा चैनल है?
रिपब्लिक टीवी से हूं मैं। हम सवाल
एथेनॉल के खिलाफ आवाज उठाएगा
सर, हम आवाज उठाएंगे सर। हम आप यहाँ पे
आप एथेनॉल पे आधा घंटे का प्रोग्राम करोगे और हरियाणा पेपर लीक, राजस्थान, ये कैसी शर्त है सर? ये कैसी कि हम अगर प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब आप झारखंड के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे? आप आवाज नहीं उठाओगे? हम आवाज उठाएंगे, पर क्या झारखंड के बच्चे, पंजाब के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के बच्चे नहीं है? तो आप मिलना चाहते हो केवल झारखंड के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के, हरियाणा के भी हैं, जहाँ बीजेपी के सब लिए
हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आप आवाज उठाएंगे?
क्या नाम नहीं ले रही है?
हर जगह के बच्चे, देश के बच्चे,
राजस्थान के बच्चे, देश के बच्चे, आम आदमी के बच्चे
हर प्रदेश के बच्चे
तो आपका सवाल केवल झारखंड क्यों है? राजस्थान जो जिन है वो बीजेपी की।
झारखंड, पंजाब, राजस्थान, हरियाणा में कोई पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ, झूठ बोल रहा हूँ। फातिमा मालीवाल जी ने राज्यसभा हुआ
सरकार चलाती है,
उन्होंने पार्लियामेंट में आके मुद्दा उठाया है।
आपको पता है पंजाब में पेपर लीक हुआ?
आप सर राज्यसभा में मामला उठाए,
आप तो चैनल हो,
में मामला उठाए। सर सीधा सा सवाल है कि आम आदमी पार्टी, अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया देश के हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे?
राजस्थान में भी जाएंगे, गुजरात में भी जाएंगे, जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी ने करवाया।
आपने एक भी बात नहीं कहा।
झारखंड में भी जाएंगे, हर जगह जाएंगे जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी और उनके दलाल और बीजेपी जैसे लोग मिलके पेपर लीक करा रहे हैं, हर जगह
झारखंड में बीजेपी की,
लेकिन आपको भी बताएंगे कि आप केवल झारखंड ही पूछ पाओगे, हरियाणा, गुजरात का
हमने नीट, सर हमने सारे मामले का, सर हमने नीट पेपर लीक भी कवर किया सर।
एक बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग पोस्टर आ गया है, देखिए बीच में, देखिए मैं तस्वीरें आपको दिखा रहा हूं लगातार। ये देखिए, ये है तुमसे ये उम्मीद नहीं थी, शिबू सोरेन की तस्वीर एक तरफ लगी है, एक तरफ हेमंत सोरेन की तस्वीर है, और मैं आपको लगातार दिखा रहा हूं कि आखिर किस तरह से इस सरकार ने लोगों का भरोसा तोड़ा है। जो पोस्टर मैं देख पा रहा हूं, हाथ में शिबू सोरेन है, हेमंत सोरेन है।
पोस्टर में सर आज सबसे पहले तो हमारे जो गुरुजी थे शिबू सोरेन जी, उनका आज पुण्यतिथि है, ठीक है। और हम लोग का ये जो प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है यहाँ पे हम लोग का डिमांड जो है, सबसे पहले तो JSS CGL है, उसमें भारी मात्रा में करप्शन हुआ है, उसको सबसे पहले सरकार रद्द करे। रद्द करने के बाद सर CBI जांच हो, और जांच 90 दिन के अंदर हो, और हम लोग को फिर पता मतलब उसका परिणाम निकले, ठीक है। JPSC में भी उसी तरह से करप्शन का मैटर चल रहा है, उसको कैंसिल करें। हम लोग का जितने भी स्टूडेंट लोग सबका यही डिमांड है। और यहाँ पे आप जिस प्रकार से देख रहे हैं पूरा पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट है, ना किसी प्रकार का। सब यहाँ पे कोई ना कोई एस्पिरेंट है सर, कोई ना कोई अभ्यर्थी है, कोई एग्जाम दे रहा है, कोई पीड़ित है। 2019 में सर CGL का एग्जाम का हम लोग फॉर्म भरे थे, 2024 में
आप लोग तब बड़ा आंदोलन आगे छेड़ने वाले हैं, भूख हड़ताल करेंगे, आप लोग मार्च भी निकालेंगे, लेकिन सरकार रोकेगी तब कैसे ये सब संभव है भैया?
नहीं, सरकार जैसे हम लोग का जो भी है, हम लोग जितना भी निकालेंगे, सरकार को अब सोचना पड़ेगा, अब सर झुकना पड़ेगा। क्योंकि आंदोलन पर देखिए सर, बारिश भी हो रहा है, इतना सारा बारिश हो रहा है, सब हम लोग जुटे हुए हैं यहाँ पे। बारिश हो चाहे धूप हो चाहे कुछ भी हो, जब तक हम लोग का डिमांड पूरा नहीं होगा तब तक ये धरना अनिश्चितकालीन चलता रहेगा। हाँ।
तो देखिए, मैं छात्रों के अगर बीच जाऊं, देखिए पंकज का कैमरा, हालांकि पंकज भी इस बारिश में भीग रहे हैं, थोड़ा थोड़ा आराम से आइए पंकज। देखिए कैमरे यहाँ पर लगातार मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ, आप भी इसी प्रदर्शन का हिस्सा एक छात्र हैं आप।
जी जी।
कब तक आंदोलन आप लोग, सरकार मान जाएगी इस उम्मीद के साथ आप लोग हैं, या फिर ये हौसला टूट भी सकता है?
नहीं, हौसला नहीं टूटने देंगे हम लोग। हमारी मांगे जब तक मानी नहीं जाएगी तब तक हम लोग यहाँ से हिलने वाले नहीं हैं। आप लोग खुद देख सकते हैं कि इतनी बारिश, मूसलाधार बारिश हो रही है, लेकिन फिर भी बच्चे डटे हुए हैं। कड़कती धूप रहती है फिर भी बच्चे डटे रहते हैं। अभी तो आप लोग को तिरपाल भी दिख रहा है, लेकिन 2 दिन पहले
सरकार को तो नहीं दिख रहा, आप लोग बारिश में भीग रहे हैं, तबीयत खराब है, सब कुछ है।
वही तो दिखाना है सरकार को कि आप देखें आप क्या कर रहे हैं हमारे साथ, हम युवाओं के साथ। हमारे जो बच्चे हैं इतने तीतर बीतर हो चुके हैं, यहाँ पे परेशान हैं, तो आप लोगों को क्यों नजर नहीं आ रही है? यही तो हमें सरकार को दिखाना है।
गठबंधन में आए थे, झारखंड में सत्ता में आए आप लोगों के हित में काम करने के लिए, वो लोग तो कई बार फर्जी आंदोलन भी बता दे रहे हैं आप लोगों का। ये
जी, वो कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा करके हमारे मनोबल को तोड़ने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और किसी पार्टी को हमारे में इन्वॉल्व करके वो लोग ये बताने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स नहीं है, क्योंकि उन्होंने इतना भ्रष्टाचार किया है कि अपनी वो लीपापोती में लगे हुए हैं, बस यही बात है। लेकिन मैं कहना चाहूँगी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी से कि प्लीज़ आपसे मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रही हूँ कि आप ही हमारे गार्जियन हैं, हमने आपको सत्ता पे लाया है, आप हम बच्चों के साथ इंसाफ करें, इस तरह की बर्बरता ना अपनाएं। बच्चे 26
लोगों के पास सबूत भी है क्या कि कितने में बेचा गया सीटों को?
सारे सबूत हैं। अब अभी देख रहे होंगे CID में भी हिरासत में लिया जा रहा है बहुतों को, तो सोशल मीडिया भी बहुत सारे।
Shifting focus to Bihar, where Prashant Kishore registered his first electoral victory, and Erupt TV spoke to Prashant Kishore as he won the Bankipur by-polls. Listen into this exclusive conversation our editor Prakash Singh had with Prashant Kishore.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं प्रकाश सिंह और आप देख रहे हैं रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क। हमारे साथ एक ऐसे शख्सियत आज मौजूद हैं जिन्हें नवंबर 2025 में करारी शिकस्त मिली बिहार विधानसभा के चुनाव में, और महज 8 महीने के अंतराल पर एक तरीके से कहें तो बाजीगर बनकर निकले हैं। हारने के बाद जीत हुई है, और इन्होंने कभी कहा था कि पिक्चर अभी बाकी है और शायद अब स्टोरी शुरुआत हुई है। प्रशांत जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई हो आपको। आप फाइनली चुनाव लड़े, पिछले बार नहीं लड़े थे, और अंग्रेजी में कहावत है द स्टोरी हैज जस्ट बिगन और द गेम हैज जस्ट बिगन। खेल अभी शुरू हुआ है। तो 2025 विधानसभा चुनाव में आपको करारी शिकस्त मिली, आप खुद चुनाव नहीं लड़े। उस समय आपने जनता को काफी समझाया बुझाया, 4 साल पैदल चले, एक नैरेटिव सेट हुआ। लोग ये कहते थे ग्राउंड पे कि ये आदमी बात अच्छा करता है, लेकिन आपको वोट नहीं मिला, वोट परसेंटेज में नहीं मिला। तो जनता ने इस बार आपको क्यों मैंडेट दे दिया?
अब ये तो जाके जनता से आप पूछिए। जो काम आप करते हैं वो काम खत्म नहीं होता है। जो एनर्जी कॉस्मोस में पैदा होती है आपके प्रयास से, आपके पुरुषार्थ से, आपके ईमानदारी से, वो ख़त्म नहीं होती, वो किसी न किसी फॉर्म में वापस आती है। अगर साढ़े तीन बरस मैंने बिहार में जो काम आप बता रहे हो वो किया, न किया होता तो बांकीपुर थोड़ी आके आप जीत सकते थे। लोगों का अपना तरीका है, नज़रिया है देखने का, समय कालखंड बना हुआ है। हम लोग निमित्त मात्र हैं, ऊपर वाले ने जब जो तय किया है वो होगा। हम लोग अपना काम कर रहे हैं और बिहार को सुधारने के लिए जो समझते हैं कि होना चाहिए वो कर रहे हैं।
बिहार को सुधारने के लिए आप क्या करना चाहते हैं? जो कर रहे हैं वो कर रहे हैं। आगे का विजन क्या है? अब ये जो आज आप विधायक बन गए, आगे
हमारे विधायक बनने से थोड़ी बिहार सुधर जाएगा। बिहार तब सुधरेगा जब जो बांकीपुर में लोगों ने किया, जाति, धर्म, दल और नेताओं के प्रति जो अंधभक्ति है, उससे ऊपर उठकर जब लोग वोट देने लगेंगे, बिहार में सुधार शुरू हो जाएगा। वही हम लोग का लक्ष्य है। वो कल बांकीपुर में चरितार्थ हुआ है। बड़े पैमाने पर बिहार में चरितार्थ होने में समय लग सकता है, लेकिन बांकीपुर में ने एक रास्ता जरूर दिखाया है कि चाहे वो जाति हो, धर्म हो, दल हो, विचारधारा हो, नेता की जो प्रतिबद्धता है लोगों की या अंधभक्ति है, वो आपके और आपके बच्चों के भविष्य से बढ़कर नहीं हो सकती है। और अगर होगी तो आपके जीवन में सुधार नहीं होगा। 3-4 साल से जो बात हम लोगों को समझा रहे हैं वो यही बात बता रहे हैं कि आप जातियों पर वोट देते हैं क्योंकि आप अपने जातियों का भला चाहते हैं। आप हिंदू मुसलमान बनकर वोट देते हैं क्योंकि अपने धर्म को आप प्रमुखता से मजबूत होते देखना चाहते हैं। आप अपने पार्टियों के लिए वोट करते हैं क्योंकि आप पार्टियों को मजबूत बनाना चाहते हैं। आप नेताओं का चेहरा देखकर उनकी बात सुनकर वोट देते हैं क्योंकि आप नेताओं को बड़ा बनाना चाहते हैं। एक बार इन सब से उठकर अपने बच्चों के लिए वोट कीजिए, अपने बच्चों के पढ़ाई और रोजगार के लिए वोट कीजिए और जो अच्छा व्यक्ति खड़ा हो उसको जिताइए, चाहे वो किसी भी जाति का हो, किसी भी धर्म का हो, किसी भी दल का हो। जो व्यक्ति अच्छा है उसको जिताइएगा तो अच्छा काम होगा।
आप हमेशा कहते थे कि मैं दोनों का वोट काटूंगा, पहले आप कहते थे, और इस बार वो परिलक्षित हुआ कि आपने आरजेडी के वोट में भी सेंधमारी की और बीजेपी के भी वोट में सेंधमारी की। एक बड़ा हिस्सा खासकर अपर कास्ट ने टेम्पलेट सेट किया और उसके बाद मुस्लिम यादव समाज का हर वर्ग आप हर बूथ पर जीते। तो ये एक नया टेक्टोनिक शिफ्ट है बिहार की राजनीति।
बिल्कुल, मैं आपको जो कह रहा हूँ 3 साल से हम लोग बात यही कह रहे हैं कि यहाँ पर एक तो दलों का अपना वोट है, उससे इनकार नहीं कर सकते हैं, लेकिन एक बहुत बड़ा वोट डर का है। लालू जी के डर से भाजपा को और भाजपा के डर से लालू जी को वोट देते हैं। जैसे ही वो डर हटा, क्योंकि इस बार सरकार बननी नहीं थी, सरकार बननी बिगड़नी नहीं थी, तो लोगों के मन में जो भाजपा एनडीए को जो लोग वोट देते हैं उनके मन में ये नहीं डर था कि प्रशांत जी को वोट देने जाएंगे कहीं लालू ना आ जाए। उसी तरीके से लालू जी के जो वोटर हैं उनको ये डर नहीं था कि लालू जी को वोट नहीं देंगे तो भाजपा चली आएगी। मैं बार बार कहता हूं कि बिहार में सबसे बड़ी बात जाति और धर्म नहीं है, ये डर है कि लालू का डर भाजपा दिखाती है और भाजपा का डर लालू दिखाती है। जैसे ही ये डर खत्म हुआ, और डर हमने नहीं खत्म किया, हमारे 3 साल के प्रयास ने नहीं खत्म किया, परिस्थिति ऐसी बन गई जहां लोगों को डर ही नहीं था। लोगों को मालूम है सरकार जिसकी है उसी की रहेगी, जो विपक्ष में है वही रहेगा, तो भाई अब जो अच्छा लगता है उसको वोट दो। जैसे ही वो हुआ, धाराशायी हो गए लोग, न जातियां बची, न दलों का वर्चस्व बचा। और जो आप बता रहे हैं 2/3 से ज्यादा बूथ भाजपा हारी है कल, तो ये बताना कि किसका वोट कटा है ये बड़ा मुश्किल है। कोई नहीं बचा है, मुश्किल से मुझे लग रहा है कि 20 से कम बूथ ऐसे हैं जहां जनसुराज नहीं जीता है। हर बूथ जीते हैं, मतलब हर बूथ का जीतने का मतलब आप समझ रहे हैं कि हर जाति हर वर्ग के लोग, ऐसा नहीं है कि राजद वाले इलाके में जीत गए भाजपा वाले में हार गए, या भाजपा वाले इलाके में जीत गए राजद वाले में हार गए, अक्रॉस द बोर्ड। और काउंटिंग का जो ट्रेंड आप देखेंगे, हर राउंड में करीब 50% वोट, जो वोट पोल हुआ उसका 50% वोट जनसुराज को मिला। और उसके पीछे सबसे बड़ी बात रही कि लोगों के मन में ये डर नहीं था, जंगल राज का डर नहीं था, और जो लालू जी के समर्थक हैं उनको भाजपा के आने का डर नहीं था। वो परिस्थिति सेट थी। जैसे ही वो बटन सेट हुआ, लोगों को पता चल गया। और जो 3 मुद्दे रखे थे हम लोगों ने कि भाई नाली गली वगैरह ये तो अपने आप बनेगा, आपका जनप्रतिनिधि अगर भ्रष्ट न हो, नाली गली राशन कार्ड में कमीशन खोरी न करे, तो ये व्यवस्था अपने आप सुधरेगी। सरकार तो 5 किलो अनाज भेज रही है, 4 किलो इसलिए मिल रहा है कि विधायक मंत्री उसमें चोरी कर रहे हैं। वो चोरी रुकेगी तो कुछ व्यवस्था वो अपने आप धीरे धीरे सुधरने लगेगी। मुख्य बात ये हम लोगों ने कहा था कि सम्राट चौधरी को जो मुख्यमंत्री बनाया है मोदी जी ने, अमित शाह ने।
सम्राट चौधरी पर आप बार क्या दिक्कत क्या है सम्राट?
बिल्कुल मैं बता रहा हूं क्या दिक्कत है, क्योंकि पहली बात तो यह है कि जनता ने सम्राट चौधरी के नाम पर वोट नहीं दिया। उनको
मुख्यमंत्री तो
नहीं, उप मुख्यमंत्री थे, मुख्यमंत्री के तौर पे तो उन पर वोट नहीं दिया। लेकिन मैं जो बात पूरी बताना चाह रहा हूँ, लोकतंत्र में संभव है, जो दल जीता हुआ वो किसी को बना सकता है। मोदी जी ने, अमित शाह ने बना दिया सम्राट चौधरी को। अब बिहार की जनता है, उसके पास ये हक तो है कि मोदी जी को बताए कि जो निर्णय उन्होंने लिया है वो सही है कि गलत है। और बांकीपुर की जनता से मैंने एक ही अनुरोध किया था कि अगर आप सम्राट चौधरी के मुख्यमंत्री बनने से खुश नहीं हैं तो मोदी जी से आपकी टेलीफोन से बात नहीं हो सकती है, आप उनको पत्र नहीं लिख सकते हैं, आप उनसे मिल नहीं सकते हैं, लेकिन वोट के माध्यम से उनको खबर भेजिए कि इस निर्णय से आप संतुष्ट नहीं है। और वही काम हुआ है, लोगों ने बढ़ चढ़ के इस बात के लिए वोट किया कि नहीं भाई, सम्राट चौधरी नहीं मंजूर है, आप किसी को बनाइए, अच्छे आदमी को बनाइए। कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं कुशवाहा जातीय समीकरण के आधार पर बनाया गया है, हम लोग कह रहे हैं कैमरे पे कह रहे हैं भाई आप कुशवाहा ही बनाइए, लेकिन कुशवाहा समाज के ही किसी पढ़े लिखे चरित्रवान काबिल आदमी को बनाइए। अंततोगत्वा हम लोग क्या चाहते हैं, बिहार में सुधार हो। अगले 4 साल प्रशांत किशोर को तो बनना नहीं है, बनना तो भाजपा का मुख्यमंत्री है। हम लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि भाजपा का नेतृत्व, जैसे आप गुजरात की चिंता करते हैं, जैसे आप मध्य प्रदेश की चिंता करते हैं, यूपी की चिंता करते हैं, बिहार की भी चिंता कीजिए। बिहार में भी किसी काबिल प्रोग्रेसिव आदमी को बैठाइए ताकि कुछ सुधार हो।
काबिल प्रोग्रेसिव
जो भी हो, हम ये तो भाजपा को तय करना है, लेकिन वो आदमी सम्राट चौधरी नहीं हो सकता। इसलिए नहीं कि सम्राट चौधरी व्यक्ति से मुझे कोई लड़ाई है, जिस व्यक्ति का पूरा चाल चरित्र चेहरा पब्लिक डोमेन में है, जो खुद 7वीं फेल है, जो खुद हर तरह का गलत सर्टिफिकेट लगाए हुए, अपना उम्र का सर्टिफिकेट गलत, पढ़ाई का सर्टिफिकेट गलत, जो खुद 7 लोगों की हत्या में जेल काट कर आया है, जो कल तक राजद का गुंडा होता था, आज उसको आपने मुख्यमंत्री बना दिया, भगवा उड़ा दिया। तो मैंने तो हर सभा में कहा है कि जो आदमी गलत है वो गलत है, चाहे वो हरा झंडा पहन कर आए या भगवा झंडा पहन कर आए। सम्राट चौधरी कोई भाजपा के स्कूल से निकले हुए बहुत प्रकांड राजनीतिक कार्यकर्ता नहीं है, ये तो राजद के लोग हैं। राजद के लोग, जिस गुंडा राज की, जंगल राज की हम लोग बात करते हैं, उस समय इनकी भूमिका क्या थी देख लीजिए।
है कि राजद कल्चर को जनता ने दरकिनार किया है।
बिल्कुल किया है वो राजद। मैं जो भी बिहार में थोड़ा भी राजनीतिक सामाजिक समीकरण को समझता होगा, वो ये जानता है कि बिहार में कुछ भी लोग स्वीकार कर लेंगे, लेकिन राजद का जो जंगल राज का कल्चर है वो तो स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते। और वो अगर भाजपा भी चाहेगी कि उस कल्चर को भगवा में ढांक के दे दे तो भी लोग मंजूर नहीं करेंगे।
आपने बड़ी चालाकी से, आप तो श्रूड टेक्नीशियन हैं, चुनाव के पहले ही आपने एक टेम्पलेट सेट कर दिया कि सम्राट चौधरी को मुद्दा बनाया कि ताकि आप, ये सब लोग राइटिंग ऑन द वॉल था कि आप चुनाव लगभग जीत रहे हैं, सब लोग जान रहे थे। तो आपने एक टेम्पलेट सेट कर दिया कि सम्राट चौधरी का रेफरेंडम वाला मुद्दा बनाओ कि अगले 4 साल तक मुझे ये रहेगा और मैं इनको घेरता रहूंगा। क्या ये भी
नहीं ऐसा है, हम तो चुनाव से पहले भी
1-on-1 बिल्कुल
नहीं
सम्राट को विधानसभा में अब घेरने की कोशिश करेंगे।
ऐसा है, हम चुनाव लड़ने से पहले भी, चुनाव के पहले भी सम्राट चौधरी के बारे में बोले हैं, चुनाव में नवंबर में हारने के बाद भी बोले हैं, और कैमरे पर डंके की चोट पर कह रहे हैं कि इस व्यक्ति ने 7 लोगों की हत्या की है। और लोगों को ये दिखा 2-2.5 महीने में कि एक अपराधी प्रवृत्ति का आदमी अगर बिहार का मुख्यमंत्री बन जाएगा तो उसका क्या परिणाम होगा वो भी लोगों को दिखा। पिछले 2-2.5 महीनों में बिहार में क्या बात हुई है, अपराध, अपराधी, इनकाउंटर, हाफ इनकाउंटर, जाति देखकर गोली मारो, गमछा देखकर मारो। 20 साल नीतीश कुमार मुख्यमंत्री रहे, कभी आपने उनके मुंह से इस तरह की बात सुनी है? जब मुख्यमंत्री ही सुबह शाम दिन रात यही बात करेगा तब तो पुलिस राज हो जाएगा, तब तो कोई शिक्षा की तो बात हो नहीं रही है, पढ़ाई की, रोजगार की, पलायन की तो बात हो नहीं रही है, फैक्ट्रियों की बात हो नहीं रही है। लोगों ने तो डबल इंजन के लिए वोट दिया था।
बात जो अभी बोल रहे हैं मुझे सम्राट चौधरी के खिलाफ विधान इसी,
अरे डंके भाई, हम रोज कैमरे पर बोलते हैं, रोज बोलते हैं, कब नहीं बोलते हैं कि बोलेंगे? अरे भैया कब नहीं बोले हैं आप ये बताइए? हम तो रोज बोलते हैं, लोग बताते हैं भैया मुख्यमंत्री बन गए हैं संभल कर बोलिए, फिर भी बोलते हैं, रोज बोल रहे हैं। इस बात से कोई इनकार कर सकता है कि 7 लोगों की हत्या में जेल में थे? आप पत्रकार के तौर पर काट सकते हैं, वो नेता के तौर पर इसको डिनाई कर सकते हैं, कोई वकील हम पर केस कर सकता है इस बात के लिए? भाई 7 लोगों की हत्या में जेल में थे तो थे, ये बात को बता रहे हैं। और भाजपा के नेतृत्व को बार बार ये बता रहे हैं कि सर ऐसे व्यक्ति को बिहार का मुख्यमंत्री मत बनाइए, आपको जनता ने मैंडेट दिया है, गुजरात के लोगों ने आपको वोट देकर प्रधानमंत्री बनाया है, तो बिहार के लोगों ने भी अपना वोट देकर आपको मुख्य प्रधानमंत्री बनाया है। हम लोग के बच्चों की भी चिंता कीजिए, बिहार में भी पढ़ाई हो, रोजगार हो, पलायन बंद हो, इस पर भी प्रधानमंत्री बोले कि सिर्फ अरवा उसना चावल और जातियों का समीकरण बनाकर बिहारियों को गिनी पिग न बनाया जाए। भाई 25 MP गुजरात से गया है, हम लोग भी तो 35 MP जिता कर भेजे हैं, बिहार का भी तो कुछ राइट होना चाहिए। गुजरात में 1 लाख करोड़ का बुलेट ट्रेन चले, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं है, लेकिन बिहार के लोगों को पैसेंजर ट्रेन भी तो नसीब होना चाहिए भाई। ये बात कर रहे हैं, हमारी कोई किसी से लड़ाई नहीं है। 4 बरस बिहार में भाजपा की सरकार है, एनडीए की। हम लोग बस इतना चाहते हैं बांकीपुर के चुनाव के जरिए कि सर बिहार पर ध्यान दीजिए, सिर्फ अरबा उसना चावल पर वोट मत मांगिए। हम लोग भी अपने बच्चों को यहाँ पढ़ते हुए नौकरी करते हुए देखना चाहते हैं, पलायन रोकना चाहते हैं।
And with that's a wrap on this edition, but news and updates continue on the other side. We'll also bring you the latest coming in from Tamil Nadu as Udhayanidhi Stalin, who's now being released. He will be now on bail, as the judge has ordered. He should not be jailed and sent after investigation.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ, स्वाद आया? आया।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर्ट मसाला।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा सिप, असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
आपको समझना है तो आप घर जाके गूगल पे आप सर्च कर लेना है क्या नारा है। वो नारा देते थे वास्ते गुने हुइयां, और वो नारा देते थे इतने प्यार से, इतनी खूबसूरत तरीके से इस्तीफा मांगते थे। कहते थे जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है।
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं।
So these are the 3 categories: student, idiot, and andhbhakt who follows the idiot. Now,
प्रश्न है कि खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ। खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बना। प्रश्न ये कि खंड 1 अधिनियम सूत्र और विधेयक का पूरा नाम विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ।
जिन लोगों ने विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ किया, वे जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं। हमने फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट बना।
अध्यक्ष जी, जहां पर कांग्रेस शासित यूपीए ने पॉलिसी वैक्यूम करा, वहीं पर अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
जेनजी की भाषा में मैं, अरे सुनो यार, सुनने की आदत रखो। जेनजी की भाषा में विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं। तो क्या हो गया फिर? आंदोलन क्यों किया? आंदोलन क्यों किया आपने? उनको फोमो हुआ, फोमो, फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट, फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट। अरे बच्चे यहाँ पर आंदोलन कर रहे हैं, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? तो हम चले गए PM आवास पर। अरे सुनो, आगे आगे आगे
आप अपना समाप्त
फोमो होने के बाद लहू, इनको डेलुलू हुआ, डेलुलू।
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
राजद में जो भी बिहार में थोड़ा भी राजनीतिक सामाजिक समीकरण को समझता होगा, वो ये जानता है कि बिहार में कुछ भी लोग स्वीकार कर लेंगे, लेकिन राजद का जो जंगल राज का कल्चर है वो तो स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते।
Jalsuraj Chief Prasant Kishore speaks to Republic, first interview after historic Bankipur win. Relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin as judge orders that he should not be jailed and be sent after investigation. Udhayanidhi defends his insults against Trisha, calls action against him a joke. Protests erupt across Tamil Nadu over Udhayanidhi's arrest. DMK TVK workers clash in Thanjavur while DMK stages massive protests outside Madras High Court.
जब से सदन आरंभ हुआ है, क्वेश्चन आवर पार्लियामेंट में हो नहीं रहा है। 0 आवर के लिए पार्लियामेंट में बाधाएं उत्पन्न की जा रही है। लगभग किसी बिल पे चर्चा नहीं हो रही।
BJP hits back at opposition, states that the opposition is not discussing any issue and is only trying to block the parliament from functioning. Pakistani forces continue firing at unarmed protesters in POJK. Fresh visuals emerge from Muzaffarabad of Pakistani forces setting motorcycles on fire. Viewers, a major breaking news coming in. Disha Salian's father have sought FIR against Aditya Thackeray, demanding a CBI probe as well. Disha Salian's father has even urged the court to direct the registration of an FIR against Aditya Thackeray and sought a CBI investigation into his daughter's death. The development comes, viewers, after the Bombay High Court questioned the Mumbai police over why no FIR was registered and why the case continued to be treated as an accidental death despite allegations of foul play that was made by Disha Salian's father, and has even sought a CBI probe against Aditya Thackeray. This is a major breaking news that we are tracking at the moment, as Disha Salian's father in fact has sought an FIR and also demanded a CBI probe over the death, as he continues to say that there is foul play in the death of his daughter. I'm also joined by my colleague Meenakshi to give us more details and the latest investigation and the investigation and the controversy about this, as the father has sought an CBI probe. Meenakshi, I'd like more details on this, that the father has claimed there's foul play. They have also sought a CBI inquiry over Aditya Thackeray also, and saying that this case needs to be investigated and FIR has also been demanded. Can you give us more details on the latest that you have tracked so far?
Thank you, Priya. As you rightly said, the father has sought an FIR against Aditya Thackeray, demanding a CBI probe. As the father has claimed there's foul play, they have also sought a CBI inquiry over Aditya Thackeray also, and saying that this case needs to be investigated and FIR has also been demanded. Can you give us more details on the latest that you have tracked so far? As you have rightly mentioned, it's a big development in Disha Salian death case and travel mounts for Aditya Thackeray. Disha Salian's father has asked the court to direct the registration of an FIR against Aditya Thackeray and sought a CBI investigation into his daughter's death. And as you have rightly mentioned, the development comes after Bombay High Court questioned the Mumbai police over why no FIR was registered and why the case continues to be treated as an accidental death, despite of allegation of foul play made by Disha Salian's father. What happened yesterday? We know Bombay High Court questioned Mumbai police over handling of Disha Salian's death inquiry, and the Bombay High Court questioned the Mumbai police over its handling of 2020 death of Disha Salian, and asking why no FIR report was registered despite allegation of foul play made by his father. Very important, and a division bench of Justice Bharati Jangre and Justice Sanjusha Deshpande sought an explanation from the Maharashtra government what the Mumbai police also why the case continued to be treated as an accidental death report instead of being converted into a criminal investigation. And the matter we know in 2020 June, which was initially investigated as an accidental death by the Mumbai police that time. And the victim's family has since raised allegation of foul play. Her father, Disha Salian's father, repeatedly asked for the investigation, and he raised allegation of foul play and sought a fresh criminal investigation. And now the High Court has directed the state authorities to respond to the issue raised during the hearing, and the matter will be taken for the next hearing. But after this hearing, now we are getting information. It's a big development of Disha Salian death case. Her father, Disha's father, seek FIR against Aditya Thackeray, demand CBI probe. So, trouble mounts for Aditya Thackeray after Disha Salian's father demands CBI probe. Back to studio.
Also, Meenakshi, can you tell it for our viewers of how the father is saying that this is no accidental death, that this was clearly a foul play involved in this, and even the Mumbai High Court also questioned over how there was no FIR on that as well. So, can you tell us more for our viewers on what the foul play that was in play in regards to the death of Disha Salian?
Yes, as you have rightly mentioned, yesterday what happened in court, the part of the question in this court have asked on Disha Salian's post-mortem report. And what is in her post-mortem report, particularly forensic report with Republic Access, where particularly said some injury, but with pictures. Yesterday, a lawyer submitted to the court that particular pictures of Disha Salian, where after Disha Salian, where in Disha Salian face there are several injuries, clearly visible in forehead without any evidential injury marks. What photograph they submitted 2-3 photographs of Disha Salian, and they mentioned that how the injury found in Disha Salian's left forehead side and left eye side, and in some face side, and clearly visible right cheek without any right cheek injury also. So there are some reports submitted to the court that this death is not an accidental death. And in the part of question, they submitted these forensic findings. And after that, the court questioned to Mumbai police that why they have treated this case as an accidental death. And also they have submitted some evidence that proved that that was not Disha Salian's or accidental death, and it was as murdered. And after that, Disha Salian's father now seeks CBI probe, and he was actually asking FIR against Aditya Thackeray. Major development, I am repeating, again and again is a major development for Disha Salian case, as her father directly he named Aditya Thackeray, and he seeks FIR against Aditya Thackeray, and he seeks CBI probe.
Right. Thank you so much for all of those details, Meenakshi, for joining us on that. Now, viewers, a big relief for Udhayanidhi, as judge has ordered that, in fact, he should not be jailed and be sent after investigation. In fact, Udhayanidhi Stalin will be released today, and the Tamil Nadu government has told the Madras High Court that the Madras High Court directed the cops to release Udhayanidhi Stalin after his arrest, and the High Court has asked Udhayanidhi Stalin to cooperate in the probe. And the state has also submitted earlier that Udhayanidhi Stalin was being taken to Thanjavur, and the court even directed, saying that he will be released after a police station inquiry, and there is no intention to produce him before a court after the arrest. In fact, the big relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin after a major controversy broke out over his statement, his derogatory statement over Trisha, and that has not been taken well by the TVK government as well, and he was arrested, he was detained and was produced before the court, and after that a big relief for Udhayanidhi after the court said that he be released, and a station bail was also granted after the inquiry was completed. The judge also directed Udhayanidhi Stalin to cooperate with the police for the investigation in this regard. And just after he was taken, there was a big clash that broke out between the TVK and the DMK workers as well. And now Udhayanidhi Stalin has been directed to be released from the arrest, and directed Udhayanidhi Stalin to continue to cooperate with the investigation as well. And this after a major controversy over his derogatory remarks over Trisha. I'm now joined by my colleague Sharda to give us more information in this. Sharda, this is being seen as more than just a Cauvery dispute or an interstate dispute. This was, as the Udhayanidhi Stalin statement came against the backdrop of the conversation on the Cauvery dispute, which has now snowballed into something else after his derogatory remarks. And now with his arrest and his arrest being released by the court, this has taken a significant turn. And what's the status looking now for the TVK government? And what's the atmosphere at the moment in Tamil Nadu after this latest statement from the Madras High Court?
Well, Amrita, until yesterday it was a protest on Cauvery dispute. It was DMK going against the TVK, saying that the government is not bringing enough water to the state. However, it is now completely changed direction into a statement made against an actress named Trisha. So now the question comes whether the DMK's focus was to dethrone TVK by making an illicit statement. However, now it is completely backlashed at them, saying that the DMK made a derogatory statement. So now the Madras High Court has ordered for an investigation and inquiry to be done, and whereas full cooperation from Udhayanidhi is expected, he is to return back to Chennai after the inquiry is done. Meanwhile, the Madurai High Court bench is all set to listen to the anticipatory bail if required in the future. Meanwhile, the Cauvery issue continues in the state of Tamil Nadu, while political party leaders have pointed out that Udhayanidhi Stalin, who went to speak about the Cauvery water issue, should have stuck to that particular topic and shouldn't have derailed and spoken about the Chief Minister or actress Trisha, and should have not made the derogatory statement. So now, after the Madras High Court order, the political background and the political unrest in the state that has happened in the last 5 hours has created multiple protests across the state of Tamil Nadu. So now the question remains whether an action will be taken against these DMK functionaries who had staged a protest all over the state today, which also includes the senior DMK leaders K. N. Nehru, who was stopped by the police to follow Udhayanidhi's car all the way to Thanjavur. So now, after the inquiry, Udhayanidhi is set to come back, and tomorrow we have the budget session in the State Assembly, and the conversation apart from the Cauvery water will also be the arrest of the LOP, because the question comes from the opposition parties saying that if the TVK government is not going to allow any criticisms against them, it would be a dictatorship. And now the questions apart from the TVK in the last few days about the management of the budget, the agriculture budget, the financial budget, and the Cauvery water management, the main discussion for topic tomorrow will be the arrest of LOP Udhayanidhi Stalin.
Right. Thank you so much for all of those details, in fact, for giving us that, Sharda. And now viewers, slipping into a very short break, but we'll be right back with you with more updates on the other side as BJP has hit back at the opposition, stating that the opposition is not discussing any issue and is only trying to block the parliament from functioning. Coming up next, stay tuned.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो।
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized, but, you know, we got to smack them a little bit.
The United States has launched airstrikes on Iran hours after President Donald Trump warned Tehran of a strong military response. The strikes mark the first major American attack since Trump paused the bombing campaign last week. Trump had earlier vowed to hit Iran very hard after an Iranian missile attack on an American base in Jordan. Within hours, US forces launched retaliatory strikes, escalating tensions across the Middle East.
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized, but, you know, we got to smack them a little bit. Yeah, I think more so that, yeah, because it was another smaller event. But no, they sent 8,000-mile-an-hour missiles at us, and fortunately we had our people operating the greatest equipment in the world, namely the Patriot system. Think of it, 5 missiles going 8,600 miles an hour, big ones, coming right at us, and all 5 were shot down. How about that, right? Pretty good. Only we, nobody else could do that but us, yeah.
US forces began launching strikes against Iran at 8 p.m. ET today. The strikes are a powerful response to yesterday's attempted Iranian attacks on US forces based in the Middle East. The escalation comes after Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claimed responsibility for a missile attack on a US airbase.
And viewers, the students' protest in Ranchi is demanding a CBI probe inquiry into the alleged irregularities in the JPSC and JSSC examinations. And over that, Republic also spoke to Aam Aadmi Party leaders, and they have dodged the questions, deflected the questions, and did not answer directly to Republic questions as well. Let's take a listen at what happened.
क्या आप झारखंड और पंजाब के बच्चों के लिए भी आवाज उठाएंगे? वहां पर भी बच्चे प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं सर, पेपर लीक का मामला।
आप लोग, आपका कौन सा चैनल है?
सर रिपब्लिक टीवी से हूं मैं। हम सवाल
एथेनॉल के खिलाफ आवाज उठाएगा
सर, हम आवाज उठाएंगे सर। हम आप यहाँ पे
आप एथेनॉल पे आधा घंटे का प्रोग्राम करोगे और हरियाणा पेपर लीक राजस्थान, ये
कैसी शर्त है सर? ये कैसी कि हम अगर प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब आप झारखंड के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे?
आप आवाज नहीं उठाओगे?
सर हम आवाज उठाएंगे, पर क्या झारखंड के बच्चे, पंजाब के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के बच्चे नहीं है?
तो आप मिलना चाहते हो केवल झारखंड के बच्चे आम आदमी पार्टी के, हरियाणा के नहीं है, बीजेपी की सब? ये
हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए क्या आप आवाज उठाएंगे?
का नाम नहीं ले रही है।
हर जगह के बच्चे देश के बच्चे, के बच्चे देश के बच्चे,
आम आदमी के बच्चे
हर प्रदेश के बच्चे
तो आपका सवाल केवल झारखंड क्यों है? राजस्थान जो जन्म है वो बीजेपी की।
झारखंड, पंजाब, राजस्थान, हरियाणा
में कोई पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ, झूठ बोल रहा हूँ।
स्वाति मालीवाल जी ने राज्यसभा
दीपा हुआ सरकार चलाती है।
उन्होंने पार्लियामेंट में आके मुद्दा उठाया है।
आपको पता है पंजाब में पेपर लीक हुआ?
आप सर राज्यसभा में मामला उठाए,
आप तो चैनल हो,
में मामला उठाए। सर सीधा सा सवाल है कि आम आदमी पार्टी, अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया देश के हर जगह के बच्चों के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे।
राजस्थान में भी जाएंगे, गुजरात में भी जाएंगे, जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी ने करवाया।
आपने एक भी बात नहीं कहा।
झारखंड में भी जाएंगे, हर जगह जाएंगे जहाँ जहाँ बीजेपी और उनके दलाल और बीजेपी जैसे लोग मिलके पेपर लीक करा रहे हैं। हर जगह
झारखंड में बीजेपी की,
लेकिन आपको भी बताएंगे कि आप केवल झारखंड ही पूछ पाओगे, हरियाणा, गुजरात का
हमने नीट, सर हमने सारे मामले का, सर हमने नीट पेपर लीक भी कवर किया सर।
And taking a short break for now, but more news and updates will be continuing on the other side. Coming up after a short break, relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin, as a judge has ordered that he should not be jailed and should be sent after investigation. Coming up next.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े। चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say मोदी जी clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
आपको समझ ना आए तो आप घर जाके गूगल पे आप सर्च कर लेना, ये क्या नारा है। वो नारा देते थे वास्ते गुने हुइयां, और वो नारा देते थे इतने प्यार से, इतनी खूबसूरत तरीके से इस्तीफा मांगते थे। कहते थे जब आपसे इस्तीफा भी मांगते थे तो कहते थे कुचू पुचू इस्तीफा दे दो, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है।
विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर तो नहीं जा सकते, तो हम जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास के सामने और वहां पर जाके आंदोलन करते हैं।
So these are the three categories: student, idiot, and andhbhakt who follows the idiot. Now,
प्रश्न है कि खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ। खंड 2 से 5 विधेयकांग बना। प्रश्न ये कि खंड 1 अधिनियम सूत्र और विधेयक का पूरा नाम विधेयकांग बने, जो सदस्य के पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ।
जिन लोगों ने विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ किया, जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं। हमने मात्र एक कोर्ट बना।
अध्यक्ष जी, जहां पर कांग्रेस शासित यूपीए ने पॉलिसी वैक्यूम करा, वहीं पर अगर मैं जेनजी की भाषा को बोरो करूं, then I will have to say मोदी जी clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
जेनजी की भाषा में मैं, अरे सुनो यार, सुनने की आदत रखो। जेनजी की भाषा में विपक्ष के आंदोलन को एक समराइज करना चाहूंगा मैं जेनजी के भाषा में। 37 दिन तक तो ये जंतर मंतर नहीं गए, तो इनको MIA हो गया। MIA क्या है? MIA मिसिंग इन एक्शन। तो 37 दिन तक हमने कुछ नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए।
Today, from the hallowed grounds of the Kargil War Memorial in Dras, began a journey that is far more than just an expedition. Hero Tiranga Trails 2026 officially got underway with a solemn tribute to India's bravehearts, as the nation remembered the courage, sacrifice, and unwavering spirit of the soldiers who defended every inch of our motherland.
Throughout the next few days, the public will be on the ground covering every major halt, every historic battlefield, and every memorial along this extraordinary route, bringing you stories not just of the journey, but of the frontier communities and the enduring spirit that safeguards India's borders.
The opening ceremony brought together senior officers of the Indian Army, gallantry awardees, Veer Naris, all united by a common purpose, to honor the legacy of those who placed the nation above self. This year's expedition carries special significance, as the Regiment of Artillery marks 200 years of distinguished service to the nation. Hero Motorcorp celebrates 25 years of leadership, coming together in a tribute that goes beyond the road and into the heart of India's military legacy. Following the ceremonial flag-off from Dras, the convoy began its first day's journey through the rugged landscapes of Ladakh, towering mountains, winding roads, and terrain that constantly tested both rider and machine. Yet, every kilometer travelled carried a deeper purpose. Over the next 12 days, the expedition will retrace some of India's most significant military frontiers, remembering the battlefields, the soldiers, and the stories that continue to shape the nation.
The opening leg of Hero Tiranga Trails 2026 has finally concluded here at the historic Zorawar Fort in Leh.
As the convoy reached Leh, the first chapter of this remarkable journey came to a close. One day completed, many more stories still remain.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाए जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
We're going to hit them very hard. I mean, I can actually say that because in that, there's very little they can do about it. It was a different group than we're dealing with. They've already apologized, but, you know, we got to smack them a little bit.
The United States.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hi, good afternoon, viewers. You're watching Live and Breaking, and I am Rakta Mishra with you. Let's get started with all the top stories that we are tracking for you.
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
राजद मैं जो भी बिहार में थोड़ा भी राजनीतिक सामाजिक समीकरण को समझता होगा वो ये जानता है कि बिहार में कुछ भी लोग स्वीकार कर लेंगे, लेकिन राजद का जो जंगल राज का कल्चर है वो तो स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते।
Jan Swaraj Chief Prashant Kishore speaks to Republic TV. Fast interview after historic Bankipur win. Relief for Udhayanidhi Stalin as the judge orders that he should not be jailed and be sent after investigation. Udhayanidhi defends his insult against Trisha, calls action against him a joke. Protests erupt across Tamil Nadu over Udhayanidhi's arrest. DMK TVK workers clash in Thanjavur. DMK stages protest outside Madras High Court.
से सदन आरंभ हुआ है। क्वेश्चन आवर पार्लियामेंट में हो नहीं रहा है। 0 आवर के लिए पार्लियामेंट में बाधाएं उत्पन्न की जा रही है। लगभग किसी बिल पे चर्चा नहीं हो रही।
BJP hits back at the opposition, says opposition is not discussing any issue and only trying to block the parliament from functioning. The Pakistani forces continue firing at unarmed protesters in POJK. Fresh visuals emerge from Muzaffarabad. Pakistani forces setting motorcycles on fire. Now, viewers, a big update coming in. Now, Disha Salian's father has now sought an FIR against Aditya Thackeray, demanding CBI against on the daughter's death. Disha Salian's father has urged the court to direct the registration of an FIR against Aditya Thackeray and seeking a CBI investigation into his daughter's death. Now, this comes after the Bombay High Court questioned the Mumbai police over why no FIR was registered and why the case continued to be treated as an accidental death despite allegations of foul play made by Disha Salian's father. So that is the big update we're getting in right now, viewers. Earlier as well, the father of Disha Salian had sought an FIR. Division bench of the Bombay High Court had earlier in February 2026 heard the petition seeking a probe, and what we know is that there was still no FIR filed. And this is the breaking news we have right now on the case against. All right, my colleague Meenakshi will be joining us live on the broadcast for more. But Disha Salian's father has sought an FIR once again against Aditya Thackeray, and in March too he had filed an FIR against Aditya Thackeray, and we have Bombay High Court now pulling up the police that why no FIR has been filed, that why despite the case, why the case has not been continued to be treated as an accidental death despite allegations of foul play made by Disha Salian's father. Mumbai police questioned over Bombay High Court over why no FIR has been registered till now. It's a case that dates back to 6 years ago, viewers, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 2020, when Disha Salian died, and this was June 2020, and Satish Salian, the father of Disha Salian, had earlier filed an FIR in connection with his daughter's death, and this is the update we have right now. The case was not heard. This is in February 2026. They could not hear. They said they were. The bench said I was unable to hear the matter. And the wait for justice for Disha continues even after 6 years, ladies and gentlemen. Disha Salian's father now seeking FIR against Aditya Thackeray. That's update coming in, viewers. And questions being raised on the police also now. It's been 5 years, more than 5 years now. And in fact, even the High Court had last year asked the police how much longer would it take for its inquiry into the death of celebrity manager Disha Salian to complete. Meenakshi joins us on the phone line. Meenakshi, tell us more details about this case, as once again we see that the father of Disha Salian has filed an FIR.
Yes, as you have rightly mentioned, Disha Salian's father has urged the court to direct the registration of an FIR against Aditya Thackeray and sought a CBI investigation into his daughter's death. The development comes after the Bombay High Court questioned the Mumbai police over why no FIR was registered and why the case continued to be treated as an accidental death, despite allegations of foul play made by Disha's father. What happened yesterday? Yesterday, Bombay High Court questioned Mumbai police over handling of Disha Salian's death inquiry. And a division bench of Justice Bharti Tangre and Justice Manjusha Deshpande sought an explanation from the Maharashtra government and the police, Mumbai police, on why the case continues to be treated as an accidental death report instead of being converted into a criminal investigation. And this matter we know in 2020 June, which was initially investigated as an accidental death by the Mumbai police, and Disha Salian's father has since raised allegations of foul play and sought a fresh criminal investigation. And now Bombay High Court questioned directly to Maharashtra government and Mumbai police why they treated this case as an accidental death. And the lawyer submitted forensic expert and consultant report, forensic report and a postmortem report of Disha Salian, which particularly they have submitted 3 to 4 photographs of Disha Salian. And on this submission, some question raised by Bombay High Court yesterday. And after that, Disha Salian's father directly named Aditya Thackeray and seeked FIR against Aditya Thackeray and demanded CBI probe.
Okay. Thanks so much, Meenakshi, for joining us. We will continue to track that case very, very closely. Meanwhile, viewers, let's shift our focus to the big story from Tamil Nadu, where Udhayanidhi Stalin has now got a relief. He's out on station bail, and in fact, the court has said that he should not be jailed in this case. He should be let go of after investigation. So he is said to be released, and the Tamil Nadu government also has submitted to the Madras High Court that he will be, there's no intention to jail him, but he has to undergo a police inquiry. Udhayanidhi has been asked to cooperate by the court in the probe. State has submitted to the court that Stalin is being taken to Thanjavur. He will be released after police station inquiry, and there is no intention to produce him before a court after arrest. And court has the state has assured that he will be released today itself on station bail after inquiry is completed. In fact, the judge also directed Udhayanidhi Stalin to cooperate with the police investigation. So this happened after Udhayanidhi Stalin, the leader of opposition in Tamil Nadu, had made derogatory remarks against Disha. And in fact, we have also spoken to DMK's TKS Langovan, my colleague Shada, bringing you these inputs. Listen in.
The statement was made by Udhayanidhi Stalin saying whether the water will come to Cauvery or not, but to Trisha's house. That's the main point that everybody is looking at, and say it's a very demeaning point, because even in the past, Udhayanidhi Stalin has spoken against the former leader of opposition, Erupt K. Palaniswamy, saying that he'll be in Sashikala's legs, which was also taken as a dedicated remark. This seems to be a recurring action in the DMK. Multiple leaders have been arrested for especially statement against women.
Nothing. This is absolutely wrong. He did not. I listened to his speech, entire speech. In between his speech, some people shouted, Trisha, Trisha. Then he said that, see, I am talking about water to farm, agriculture is not any other thing. That's all. He was disturbed by, I think, the people who shouted the name of Trisha may be from TVK also, because it's a huge rush. We cannot find who is. The intention of the TVK is not to serve the people, not to work for the people of Tamil Nadu. Let them die. They don't care. Their intention, their bosses have told them, you attack DMK. Your only work is to attack DMK on whatever count. See, one example I can quote. One minister says that it is DK Shivakumar and MK Stalin had joined together and not leaving water to Tamil Nadu. What a silly charge it is. So their intention, as per their bosses' instructions, they want to attack DMK, not to do any good to the people of Tamil Nadu. It's a huge agitation yesterday was held in Thanjavur. Farmers were in large number had joined the agitation for water. On June 12th, water for Cauvery should have been released, but this man did not take care for it. Now, after all these things, he is going to Supreme Court. What was he doing for the past 1 month? More than 1 month, from June 12th to August 3rd. What was he doing? Did he care to release water for the people? His intention is not that. He is a slave to somebody who wants to, this man, to attack DMK on all counts. That is what they are doing. Beyond attacking DMK, have they done one good thing to the people of Tamil Nadu? You can see the electricity bills. Last time I paid 2,002 rupees. This time my house bill was 5,700 rupees. And every household, the bill have been received high amount for a higher amount. No, this government did not care for it. Whatever the people are agitating, whatever the people's needs are, this government doesn't take care. Their only job is to attack DMK, that's all. Because their bosses have instructed them to do that. They are slaves of somebody.
Sir, how do you see the sudden arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin? Because as per the court order also, it says that intimation should be given, an indication should be given, but suddenly the leader of opposition being arrested.
Yes, definitely. They didn't seek the permission of the chair, one thing, the speaker of the house. But they will do anything because they don't want Stalin to, Udhayanidhi to be present tomorrow when the budget is presented. Because he will attack the budget, he will criticize it. They don't want Udhayanidhi to be in the house when they read the budget, or day after tomorrow it is the farm agriculture budget. On both counts, if Udhayanidhi was there, he will criticize the government. They are afraid of Udhayanidhi being in the house. That is why they are trying to arrest him.
All right, Shada, my colleague, joins us from Chennai. Shada, tell us what all happened throughout the day and, of course, objections being raised on the comment made by Udhayanidhi Stalin, but now he is going to be free on non-station bail.
Well, now the Madras High Court had given a relief to Udhayanidhi Stalin, saying that he should return to Chennai after the inquiry and investigation done, and there should be no remand or imprisonment or jail for the leader of opposition, keeping in mind tomorrow is the assembly session that's going to begin, and with a financial budget for the first time for the TVK, the leader of opposition's presence is important, and stating that Udhayanidhi should return for the particular session tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. So now the question remains from the DMK is whether the TVK kept in mind the session tomorrow to make sure that the DMK isn't questioning them about the Cauvery water management or any of the financial budget or the agricultural budget that the TVK is planned to put out, is what the DMK is also pointing out hands at and questioning the TVK government on this immediate arrest over the comments made. While other political parties are condemning the arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin, saying that this is the TVK taking power out of its own hands and saying the criticism is not welcomed in the TVK period, and other political party leaders will also be discussing it on the assembly floor tomorrow. So now, apart from the Madras High Court, in the future, if the case had to be continued, an inquiry and investigation has to go on with Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin, the court has already asked to approach the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court and stated the state prosecution has clearly stated that there is no idea of remanding Udhayanidhi Stalin in this particular case, as this does not have much inquiry or investigation to be done.
All right, thanks, Radha, joining us with details coming on the story. In fact, we have more reactions from the DMK also coming in. T.R. Balu of the DMK has also reacted. Let's take a listen into that.
Sir, what's your...
No, it is the Cauvery water management authority has already ordered to extend 3,500 cubics per day up to next 15th, totaling to 4.5 TMC of water. But so far they have not even dispatched even a drop of water to Tamil Nadu. See, we could see only the parched rivers and dried up lands of the Cauvery Delta region. Almost more than 20 districts are suffering for want of water and for cultivation. Cultivation has not been done for crude.
Sir, also we are talking about the Cauvery dispute, while addressing the protest Cauvery dispute, Udhayanidhi, he has given a statement against Trisha.
No, he is totally wrong. It is totally wrong. He has not mentioned any word about the particular woman. No, it is all false. It is false.
But TVK is attacking Udhayanidhi, saying that the reference was made to Trisha and they have filed a complaint with the NCW.
No, he has not made any reference about the particular woman. No, he has not made any. It is all false.
இன்றைக்கி மின்சார வாரியத்தில் உதவி பொறியாளர் அதாவது 700 பேருக்கு ஒரே அடியாக இன்றைக்கி ஒரே ஷாட்டில் இன்றைக்கி 700 பேருக்கு அவங்களுக்கு ப்ரொமோஷன் கொடுக்கப்பட்டது. பதவி உயர்வு இதான் முதல் முறையாக மின்சார வாரிய வரலாற்றிலே முதல் முறையாக அவங்களுக்கு பல ஆண்டுகளாக இதில் நிறைய கோர்ட் ஆர்டர்ஸோட ரொம்ப கடினமான சூழ்நிலை இருந்தது. அதனால தான் இன்றைக்கி ஒரு ஒட்டுமொத்த முடிவாக கடந்த 2 மாதங்களாக அவர்களுக்கு பல கட்ட பேச்சுவார்த்தை முடித்து இன்றைக்கி ஒரே நிலையாக ஒரே ஷாட்டில் நம்ம 700 உதவி பொறியாளர்களுக்கு நமக்கு ப்ரொமோஷன் கொடுத்துருக்கோம். கண்டிப்பாக இது மின்சார வாரியத்தில் ஊழியர்களுக்கு கிடைக்க வேண்டிய அங்கீகாரம் நேரடியாக வர வேண்டிய நேரத்தில் முதல்வருடைய உத்தரவின் பேரில் கொடுக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது.
இன்னைக்கு எதிர்க்கட்சி தலைவர் அவர்கள் கைது செய்யப்பட்டிருக்காங்க. கைது செய்யப்பட்டது அரசியல் பழிவாங்கும் எண்ணம். நாளைக்கு சட்டப்பேரவை கூட்டத்தொடரும் போது இன்னைக்கு கைது செய்யப்பட்டிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இல்லை
நீங்கள் எல்லாம் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க எதனால காவல்துறை இந்த.
All right, now viewers, Republic TV also spoke to Commonwealth silver medalist in boxing Lovelina Borgohain, who has called her silver medal a personal milestone that completes her collection. In fact, she also speaking to Republic TV, addressed the controversy surrounding the misrepresentation of the Indian map, the distorted Indian map at a Glasgow installation where Northeast was missing. And Lovelina says that the embassy had taken action and has issued an apology now. Listen in.
सबसे पहले तो मैं बहुत मेरा अच्छा रहा क्योंकि ये मेरा फर्स्ट कॉमनवेल्थ मेडल है. मेरा 3rd कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स है और मेरा फर्स्ट मेडल है. उसके लिए मैं